and welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Meter Studios, joined by my co-host, AJ, all the way from Norway. Brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. AJ, episode 21, mate. Oh, and brought to you by Pump Media.
Notice my new ring.
I've not noticed it. No.
Jay Cutler last episode.
Yeah, fantastic, wasn't it? Really good.
It was great.
Yep.
But a lot of exciting things has happened this last week.
I don't even know where to begin, AJ.
So, for people at home, I was sitting as a little kid in my house in Norway, reading Phil Heath magazines.
Salmon fishing.
Watching Phil Heath on DVD. Seeing him smoke seven times how do you say it? Smoke the other field 7 times in a row at the Miss Olympia contest.
Correct.
And last week, we ate dinner with Phil Heath. We were his private security at Body Power with Phil Heath.
Yeah.
I rubbed his biceps close. I measured them. I won't say what they are, but they're more than 21 inches.
They were like that big.
Show him the picture. Go to Giles's Insta.
Oh, yeah, on my Instagram.
And mine too.
This was,
Show him. Show the people at home. We're not bragging.
AJ, for a little bit of context.
No. Giles' Instagram.
Calm. AJ. Last week, we were at Body Power Expo. This is a huge, it's a huge expo. It's been running since 2009. And Phil said that he wanted to see us. So, AJ, you flew back to Norway on the Wednesday. You flew back into Birmingham on the Saturday morning. And we basically spent the entire weekend with Phil Heath, didn't we, chilling? And wasn't it fun?
Go down. Show the people at home we're not just making shit up. Go down. Keep on going down.
Yes. Oh, that was...
Forget about that. Go down.
Oh, who's that sexy guy?
Up. Go up. Now, Shane is. We got the apprentice today as well. Where's the picture of us eating dinner?
Yeah, there's one
Go
there.
down.
That's Nando's.
Press the one down to the left.
Yeah, the one that was dinner. Well, that's just a photo.
That's the dinner.
That was Saturday night. What time were we there till, AJ?
We sat there for 4 hours.
Well, we were there till
5 hours.
Well, about 1:30. Actually, I know that restaurant. That's next door to the old Temple Gym. That's where Dorian used to go.
So that's the guy to the left. What's his Delaney?
That
drove us around.
Anthony
Delay.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, drove us around the Phil Heath automobile.
Chilling. Oh yeah,
picked us up at the airport with Audi with the Phil Heath gift on the man.
Motif. Cool.
Yeah, and then when we walked into the gym. We walked in the gym like 2 bosses behind Phil. Go, press down to the left.
No, up. Oh my god. There.
To the right. Come on, bro.
Oh, he's taking the piss now.
Play it.
Come on, mate. Yep. Now there's no sound on this one, but there is sound. Yeah. This is me and Phil Heath talking about our favorite
5-finger death punch.
Thank you. That's our favorite band, and we were talking about they're back in the studio recording. So, this is very.
There's very bad connection down here today.
This was us walking into Emporium Gym. Do you want to take the sound off, maybe? Do you want to take the sound off? It's very loud.
Yeah, take it off. It's not as interesting. Take it off.
That's hurting my ears.
That was just proof that unlike... Well, I don't want to say that. But we had... Yeah. You can take it off now, just to show people we're not just making shit up. So, what gym was this again?
This is Emporium Gym in Birmingham.
Who's trained there before? Is there any legendary names?
A lot of the Birmingham bodybuilders train there. It's a good gym, really good. But they had a DJ playing that night. Did you see?
Off now.
Did you see that, AJ?
Yeah,
they had a DJ.
They had a DJ in the gym. We saw Mila. Sadiq. How do you pronounce the last name?
I haven't a clue.
Hadsikovic.
That'll do.
Where did he used to compete, Giles? Let me put you on the spot.
He came second to Jeremy Buendia in the men's physique Olympia. He then switched to men's classic, and recently the Arnold Classic, he went back to men's physique.
Yeah. What place did he get there?
6th.
Yeah. So he
gotcha.
Very impressive.
See, I'm learning.
And then I dwarfed that British men's physique guy in the gym.
Who?
Zane, whatever his name is.
I don't know.
Zane.
I wasn't.
Don't say his name.
I know,
don't say his name.
I know.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Poor guy.
No, great guy, but
great guy.
Yeah. We saw him.
Poor guy. Great guy.
Who did we see at the gym? That boxer. I don't remember his name. What's his Mike Rashid?
Rashid. Yeah. A DLB was there.
Daniel Lynn Bailey and her boyfriend Rob Van Dam.
A husband, Rob Bailey.
Yeah, had a chat. Did I say Rob Van Dam?
Yes, you did. That's another guy.
That's because we talk about Arnold later.
Yes.
Oh, poor guy.
But yeah, that was terrible. So that was nice. We had a train there, and
we know a lot of inside information now. What Phil Heath's gonna do?
Do you know what it is, AJ? Calm, AJ. The thing is, obviously, I spent a lot of time one-on-one while you were still sleeping.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with Phil. We had time with dinner. We spent time with Nando's. We probably 10 to 12 hours of conversation with the champ, Phil Heath.
Champ.
And I'll say this, I've always said this, not just with Phil Heath, but 85% of what those people share will never, unfortunately, see the light of day. Because of...
If I don't start snitching all of a sudden, go rogue.
Well, then I'll be looking for a new co-host.
Because he told me, guys, that this... Oh, no, we'll keep that. Yeah, now it's private information.
Okay. Well, now you're confusing and teasing.
I'm teasing. I've been no.
So what was AJ? What was your favorite part about that weekend? Wasn't the strawberry mojito? He drinks very girly cocktails.
My best part is probably
Nando's with Phil.
I'll tell you first. My worst part of my weekend was.
Go on then.
You know what that was, Shane? I haven't slept for 2 days. I was pumped. I was feeling energy.
Yes.
I wake up 4 a.m. Well, I just went to bed. I don't know what time it was.
Oh.
I heard this. No. I look to the left.
Yeah.
It's not a cat or like a TV program of a female or something. It's Giles having a bad dream because we shared our bedroom.
Well, listen to this before.
And this is Giles. AJ, I want to go home. AJ, I can't take this anymore. I quit.
AJ.
And he like, was that a bad? So he almost quit on the whole project.
No.
Because he didn't have no late night proteins, whatever it was.
Listen, I had a choice because there was no other rooms at the hotel. So we tried to get in Phil's hotel. They said there was no rooms, so they gave us a number for a hotel down the road. I rang that hotel and they said,
I quit.
No, there's another hotel up the road. So I thought, it's a third hotel. So anyway, I got the sat nav, dropped Phil off at his hotel, checked the sat nav, and it said 100 yards. I'm thinking, well, that's very close to have another hotel. It was actually Phil's hotel. So,
yeah.
And it was either that or the sharing the honeymoon suite with AJ. And AJ, no offense, mate, I love you, but I did not want to share the bridal suite with you, AJ. Sorry, no heart-shaped vibrating waterbed, no spooning. So unfortunately, our only choice was
a fucked up bed we had.
twin. Oh. We had to get a twin room. And AJ, you're a big guy, mate, and you across the room and you were snoring a bit, and it was a bit. I couldn't sleep and I was starting to stress out. So I went into the bathroom. I started getting changed. And I thought, I hope he's a deep sleeper because I'm going home at 4:30 in the morning. And
when you said, I said, Josh, what are you doing? You're like,
I can't take it anymore.
I can't take it anymore. I said, Josh, stop it.
I was tired.
Reminds me of the Sergio Olivia, but
yes.
We almost gave up
on life.
No, the best part for me was.
And I've picked up a cold since then as well, so I blame your snoring for that. Thank you. Come on.
It was just that we were treated by Phil Heath, the champ, not as friends.
Yeah.
And that was probably my best part, because you don't want to be schmoing along.
Yeah.
It means just like walking behind him, and when we were treated as friends, we know all the private details.
Yeah. I liked your face when I think the first time I disagreed with him. And you were like, you can't disagree with Phil. You went, because do you know what I like about Phil? He definitely speaks his truth, and I can see why he rubs some people up the wrong way, because he is very, very brutally honest. He's very open. He looks you straight in the eye. He'll tell you to your face, and I like that. I like people like that, because you always know where you stand with people like that. And he shares a lot, and he's a very open guy. I really like Phil.
We saw his first bodybuilding picture ever taken.
Oh yes, God, the genetics.
Ever taken.
Yeah. I think he'd only ever shown it to
and he
a couple
was
of people.
Killing the men's physique champion at age 19.
Yes, that's correct.
Without taking no supplements either.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Killing him
when he was basketball.
Smoking him. Not even on a diet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, he was on a diet, but not like.
But he told us all about his basketball career. He told us all about his. I mean, he told us. Oh God, we shared everything. I mean, what I can't honestly. It's too much to comprehend actually, but it was good because we had some good conversations and we got into really in depth about a few things and like we were in the Nando's. And
how many other media guys have walked around with Phil Heath being his bodyguard, pushing people away?
Yeah. Did you enjoy Body Power?
Yes and no. Yes, because obviously it's Phil Heath there.
Yeah.
The sad part about it was that I was expecting, being from Norway, we don't see any bodybuilders, we don't see nothing.
Yeah.
So when I go to the UK, we only talk about bodybuilding. Everybody's talking about bodybuilding. People stop us now at the airport, want our autographs, and it's now we're a big deal.
Well, I've been living that life for many years.
I only had it in Thailand and when I come here.
Yes.
So I'm positively surprised, so I was expecting more size in there.
Right. Not.
There was too many men's physique, CrossFit, and like trolling around, and there was not many guys or girls with that proper IFBB Pro League wings of strength size.
Lots of eyebrows.
Oh, painted eyebrows, a lot of skinny jeans, a lot of.
Do you see the guys walking around with their tops off? Hello.
No, but I was expecting more bodybuilding.
Yeah. Well, thing is,
we saw Nathan Diasha.
Yes, we did.
We saw Donna
Murphy. We saw Jordan Peters, trained by James P.
James Hollingshead.
Jamie the Giant.
Jamie the Giant.
You were actually looking eye to eye, which was
finally
nice.
A pro I can see an eye to eye with.
Yeah.
All this we'll show later in this episode. We have some interviews from the Expo.
Yeah, I'll tell you now, AJ did all of them because I wasn't feeling it.
He wasn't feeling it.
He's like, come on, Giles, you do this one. And we had Luke Sandow in front of us, and he went, Giles, you do this one. And I went, no, I don't want to interview Luke. And Luke got all upset. He started crying.
And check out this new guy. He's not a pro yet, but that friend of Luke, I like him very much.
Oh, Ben Chow.
Ben Chow. Jamaican, Chinese, British, and something else. Italian?
A bit of everything. A bit
of everything.
His Instagram,
like a gypsy.
His Instagram handle is Squat Like Chow.
Squat like Chow.
Squat like Chow, because he puts five. He's a tall guy, but he'll squat like 5 plates for like 10, 12 reps.
Super strong.
He makes it look easy.
Signed by Redcon, and I was a group. So the Body Power, but we were backstage and we were like VIPing in it all.
Oh, we were escorting. It's kind of like when, because I did it with
Mark Hector. We met.
Yeah, Ernie Taylor,
Mr. Triceps.
Yeah, but because the last time I was at Body Power was 2016 when I was working for Ronnie at RCSS. I was there for 2014, 15, 16, and all the Body Powers before that, I was there for MD doing interviews and stuff like that. And it has changed a lot, but it was nice because the last time I was there, I was escorting Ronnie back and forth to the green room.
Now you were side by side, but 7-time Phil Heath, the champion, the legend.
You could say I'm like the bodyguard of Mr. Olympias. They must. I mean, thing is, I have been told I look like Jason Statham, and obviously, you know, that guy could take out a small army. So obviously, people think, oh well, he's with Ronnie and Phil Heath. He must be like he must be a ninja.
Jay Statham is very over. You're much more sexy than Jaden Statham.
Oh, bro.
Especially when you go to Malta and get that tan. You remember?
I wish I got the honeymoon suite.
And by the way, it was an epic week because on my way home, show him the picture. Look what I came when I went to I was at the Body Power.
Oh,
I can't hear myself.
We've lost sound. What happened there?
What happened there?
Oh, it's all right.
Are we on?
It's okay. Okay, we just lost sound there. Are we back on?
Oh, are we back on?
Yes, we're back on. Yeah, sorry.
It was a great weekend. It was a bit of a. Come on now, Shane. What kind of shit? Are we back on?
Yes, we're back. Yeah. Sorry, there's a bit of a technical issue there. Just a little whack.
This is another story. While I was sitting in the airplane, what can I say? Oh, there's a lot of. Did we forget to put our intro in?
What intro?
On my way here.
Yes.
We did.
Yes. It's funny that, isn't it? How you can put things in afterwards. We don't do this live.
When I was on the plane, just saw a lot of bodybuilding on Sunday. On the plane back to Norway, I saw this.
What are we seeing? We're just looking at the screen now.
In Norway.
He's not. You know, he's actually not psychic.
There was a big story in Norway when I. Oh! There was a big story in Norway. Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
Thing is, he's written
Giles.
He's written AJ's.
Giles, look at this, bro. What are we looking at?
Is that Jeff Beckham? Jeff Beckham.
No. So this is the princess of Norway.
Oh, okay. You got a royal family.
Look who she's dating, bro.
I don't know. It's what, Jeff Beckham? And is he saying she's this tall?
So this, guys, for people at home in Norway, imagine.
You don't have a royal family, do you?
What? In Shane, do we have a royal family in Norway?
You knew that Norway. I know Sweden does.
So in Norway, they like what can I say, foreigners, right. But they don't like them up close. You know, they like to say, "Hey, you cool over there, but stay over there." It's called
stay in the corner.
So the princess of Norway is dating a proper black man.
Okay.
With some what's that? An Indian outfit he's got on.
It's like I don't know. Is he doing Tai Chi or something?
So this is big news in Norway, bro.
Oh, this is big news.
Imagine, look, bro. Can you imagine if you don't see the funny part of this?
Well, look, he's got funny dress sense, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Norwegians are not feeling this, bro. I'm happy. Black power, bro.
If guys want to wear dresses, that is up to them.
No, it's that he's black, bro.
Oh.
You don't see it. People in Norway are going ham, bro.
I don't see color.
They don't.
I'm actually colorblind, so.
So it was a great end of my weekend, body power.
Okay.
the Norwegians are freaking out.
Did you like?
And I'm celebrating.
AJ, did you jump up in the plane and the plane just kind of rocked a bit?
So in the UK, you have that princess girl that's black, but you can't really tell she's black.
Meghan Markle.
But you can't really tell she's black until you go close.
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
Here you can tell from miles apart. So we're upping you up.
So you're happy?
I'm really happy.
Really happy.
And Norwegians are hating it.
You spent the weekend with Phil Heath chilling, going for Nando's.
So all my brothers in Norway dating white girls. Yeah, buddy.
Well, I don't know what to say to that.
No. No, but body power was epic.
It was good fun.
Not the body power, but Phil Heath and...
Well, yes, it was good. It was good to spend time with him, and it was...
I heard some Indian guys bought the whole thing now.
That the one in India?
There's an Indian man.
I know, but is that the one because there's Body Power India as well?
I'm not sure. You remember this Indian guy who wrote the... Didn't he?
Also, big thank you there to Nick Orton. Because we only decided to go, I think, the day before. And I said, ask Phil if he can sort us some VIP passes or whatever. And then you said, okay, no problem. We got to the organised office where usually I would get my press credentials from.
I just called Phil, he gave us the VIP.
Which is true. And we got in there and they were like, sorry, your name's not on the list. And they were like looking us up and down. I says, I don't want to give it the big un, but I'm kind of a big deal around here.
Yes.
I'm kind of a big deal around here. And they're like, well, we haven't got a clue who you are. we thought you were the T-boy. So, and then Nick Orton walks in. He goes, oh, hi, Giles. Because I was kind of the one of I was probably one of the first people to really promote Body Power I was working for magazines and it was very, and in fairness, he instantly sorted us press credentials and he escorted us through personally to Phil's section.
I felt like I was a member of the Backstreet Boys that day.
Yeah, because I kept saying, I said, that's the gaffer, that's the boss man, and you were like, oh, right, I thought he was just one of the staff. But
a lot of those bodybuilders are very small in real life. I don't want to name them, but they're really small in the off-season.
Jamie the Giant, ain't?
No, but some of the others. Remember, I told Giles, is this guy stop taking supplements or what?
Well, maybe they're...
you gotta represent like Dorian Yates used to do, bro.
No, well,
and one thing, speaking of Zeiss, I'm starting to feel a little bit bad now for Sean Roden.
I was just about to say that.
Because we're a positive channel.
Yeah.
There's too many. Everybody knows Sean Roden did a very bad thing.
Yeah, he did a very bad thing. You're very naughty.
But it's over now.
Yeah.
And I think people should stop talking about it.
AJ?
I don't want to bully anybody.
AJ?
So Sean Roden, I think it's time to let that go.
Yeah. Well,
and look for Olympia.
Well, remember when a few months ago everyone was ranting on Rowley for turning up to the Nepal guest posing?
It was actually just you and me, but...
Well, yes, that's fair.
You're like, AJ, did you see Rowley? That's 5 a.m. AJ, take a look at Rowley. It looks like...
AJ, a few days ago, I actually sent a private message to Sean Roden. I said, Sean, I feel like you're getting it from all angles, mate.
Yeah, that's not good.
I says, and if you want to come on the show as a right to reply, we'd still love it. We'd obviously we'd love to have you on. And if you, I just want to put maybe a bit of a more positive coat on the, because at the end of the day, he's going to be ramping everything up now for the Olympia. He's going to be, because he is one of these bodybuilders that does like to take a lot of time off. That's another separate issue. Like I said, I personally don't think he should have exposed, but it's done with now. And we all know he's going to turn up looking at the Olympia looking absolutely fantastic. So
it's not good when you get it from all angles now. Like a famous politician said in Norway, I feel like a virgin put up a tent in an Iraqi prison camp.
I felt like I just handed you that on a golden platter. AJ, there you go, mate.
He said it on live TV. I was like, what? You feel like a virgin in an Iraqi prison camp?
Berlusconi.
Martin Skunk, he's called. He's in Norway. Berlusconi is from Italy.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about Italy.
Berlusconi is a good guy, by the way.
Player.
Yeah, playboy.
Player.
No, so
changing laws to suit his own agenda.
So we met a lot of good people. Just before that, I can just do my shout out quick to those we met in Birmingham. And you can do it. Yes. So I met. Here's my first shout out. No, that's not one. That's later. Come on, Shane. You gotta hold the suspense for later. You can't just show the goods before. You gotta warm up a little bit, bro.
you gotta fluff them first.
Giles, you're watching too much Mike Cox Instagram, man.
No, I'm following.
So, okay, so we met a very nice girl, Ash217. What's her name?
Ash.
What's her name? Is her name on the handle her real name?
Ash_20_20.
Asma Bibi? Is that her name? Yeah. Asma Bibi?
Yep. Twins model.
Yeah. Go down and see her pictures. She's is she a female physique? Is she a figure?
I'm sure she said she hasn't competed or.
Great energy.
Yeah, lovely couple.
Great energy. Mm-hmm. Very good girl. Trains hard. What can I say? Very.
Shot there.
Good back.
Has she not? I'm sure she said she hadn't competed. Because I said, when are you going to compete? And she went, do you think I should? Do you think I
had to wait it.
She was she was on about doing it was PCA figure. She was telling him. I said, you should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's looking in that kind of condition,
great energy.
I'd be very surprised if she hasn't stepped on stage looking like that.
So we were really impressed by her energy and her go-getter attitude in life.
Yes.
That's how you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful girl. In shape. Biceps, abs on point.
Everything's there.
And her friend, I'm not sure if they're... And her friend we met.
Yep.
That other guy.
Ricardo.
Rick.
Mm-hmm. Is that her guy?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is Ricardo. Let's see. Go down. Let's see. Go to the left there. Ooh, look.
Yeah. He's...
Press that one.
Do you want to say his age?
No.
Okay.
You might ruin his chances for all the girls. Go up. Go up. Okay. Let's see him to the left there. To the left with the cap on. And down.
Yeah.
No, not that one. Oh, come on, bro. There you go.
Yeah.
So this is the guy we met in the gym. I was an Expo. Also the same as her. Great energy.
Yeah.
Hard worker.
Yep.
In shape 365 days a year.
Mm-hmm. He said last time he competed was 10 years ago, I think. He said.
That long ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
So this physique, just keep it up for 10 years.
That's like a 6-week diet, isn't it, really? And you're on stage.
So that's a classic physique.
Classic?
It's not bodybuilding in these days, is it?
Big, yeah, no, he's big.
No, he's big, but classic guys are pretty big. George Peterson, have you seen him?
I'm just trying to work out his height, whether he'd be a light heavyweight, probably a heavyweight. Was he about 5'9", 5'10"? Oh, was he short? 5'9"?
He was like, I'm not sure. But great, go down. Let me see another picture of him alone. He's a great marketable look. Go down to the right there. Down to the right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's sponsored by Dorian Yates as well.
Huh? No, that's a bodybuilder. That's not. Well, George Peterson is huge, so we don't know. These days, who knows? But, yeah.
George Peterson. I think Jordan Peters.
No, George Peterson.
George Peterson, the classic winner.
He's huge.
Arnold. Yeah, he's a big guy.
He can do classic. Surely he can do classic.
Oh, do you see George doing interviews at New York?
Now we talk about Ricardo.
Oh, sorry.
So Ricardo, that's a guy we feel blessed to meet. Both him and Ash.
Yeah, they both sent me a nice message afterwards as well.
Yeah. So go to their Instagram, follow them, and do what you do.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So who did you talk about? You said something. What did you just say? We said George Peterson.
Yes.
Dwarf in Aman Ashkanani.
When you say dwarf,
everything with.
Oh, you mean because typically when a normal person says dwarf, it's usually about height.
Everything.
Okay.
You see how big George looked?
Yeah, he looked big. He's put a bit of timber on.
Let's change something now.
Come on then.
So the talk. What can we say? I've gotten a lot of DMs.
Okay, I don't have a clue what you.
A lot of DMs, Giles.
Do I want to know about it?
And 50% are from the Brazilian people.
Okay.
And 50% are from the Norwegian people.
Okay.
And 20% are from the British people. So it's 120%.
Yeah. Okay.
Scandal is what they say.
Scandal.
New York Pro.
Oh, which category in particular?
212.
212. I mean, Ahmed Ashkanani won the 212. Second place in the Olympia 2 years running.
Scandal is what they're saying in the
streets. Dropped down to 5th place last year. I think we all expected him to come back with a slightly different package for this New York Pro. And he brought a very big, thick package, but there was no separation in the back. The legs, there was no conditioning.
Scandal.
Do you think it was that bad?
Personally,
because Eduardo Correa hasn't competed for 3-4 years now, ripped his tricep, made his comeback at the New York Pro. Now this guy's been second in the Olympia, nearly took out Flex Lewis 1 year, in fact, because Flex was a bit off his game 1 year because he was having
the people are saying
what's
Franco in, was it 1980?
Oh, Franco Columbu at the 1981 Olympia,
where Arnold run the show and yeah.
No, Arnold wasn't. Arnold run the show.
Arnold was the promoter, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Danny
Padilla was 5th. Tom Platz was 3rd, and they reckon that either one of those two should have actually won it.
They reckon.
There's slight rumblings.
Dorian Yates, 1997.
Oh, no, come on.
I'm still going to keep Dorian Yates.
Rest in peace, NASA, but no, sorry.
Shane.
No.
What did you have?
Who did you have, Nasser or Dorian?
Nasser or Dorian, 97?
Come on.
Dorian.
Yeah, see? This guy knows his stuff.
Well, this is...
I've given him homework.
Go to the Middle East, they say something different. It's just because we're in the UK.
Well, yeah.
Steve Kukla versus Beke, 2014 Brazil.
Well, you've done a lot more research on this one particular contest.
And then this contest.
AJ's actually done a 30,000-word thesis. He actually submitted it for his...
90% of Muscular Development Forum members had Eduardo Correa winning. We had famous people like King Kamali post on his Instagram, what the hell is going on? We have... King Kamali is a great legend. Relax, Giles. I saw your facial... a lot of people contact me and say, what's going on, AJ? How can they do this? I want to stop bodybuilding and all this because of this. To be fair, my personal view is it's Ahmed Ashkanani. He has a beautiful shape.
He's got a lot of muscle.
A lot of muscle. It's very thick. Mm-hmm. Eduardo from front. Have you seen his front relax?
Eduardo's not got the nicest structure, and he does have, but he's got a. And I have seen him in better condition as well. I have seen him in what I would continue to consider to be Eduardo condition because he was ripped, but I've seen him like skinned alive. 2012 British Grand Prix.
I would have Eduardo winning. Who would you have winning?
Yeah, possibly Eduardo. What about the guy who got 3rd with the guy?
We talk about that later. That's first. No, yeah, we talk about. We're gonna go down the list. We're gonna do New York Pro, but first, this is talk of the town.
It's the AJ show.
No, but this is talk of the town. It's Eduardo versus. What do you think?
I didn't. Phil Heath actually messaged me yesterday.
Okay,
and he said he looked at the score sheets and he couldn't see the placing the points for first place, and they weren't on there. So it must have been like a second sheet, or the sheet must have been cropped. No, because I wanted to know what Ahmed Ashkanani got, whether it was a straight score, because I can't imagine it was a straight score. If it was a straight score, then I think then there's room for a bit of a controversy there. What?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm saying...
Yes.
So what I'm saying is it would have been close between Ahmed and Eduardo. So by a couple of points. It wouldn't have been 5-5-5, 10-10-10. Absolutely no chance, because I think we all saw that, potentially Eduardo should have...
For me, I had Eduardo winning, but to me, personally, it's not as big of a scandal as people try to make it out.
Yeah,
because Eduardo front... sometimes when you see a person front relax... Mm-hmm. You judge a lot just based on that, don't you? Well, Ahmed's got more muscle. Ahmed's both. I've seen in better condition. I've seen him, but Ahmed's really got to work at that mid. When he did that real bicep, the mid of his back, bro. It was just like a blurriness, and I don't understand. The thing is, he brought that to the Olympia last year, and in his legs there was a real lack of separation, and I don't know. They said, it was knee problems, but the knees must be fixed now. So why are his legs not coming in? I just, to me, it's just that he's coming in too heavy. I just need to drop 5 pounds. Just to make it clear, if you were judging, you had Eduardo winning, correct? Yeah, just purely on condition and separation and quality. Yeah, me too. And Eduardo been 3 years away, 2.5, 3 years away. I think it's 3 years, yeah. It was 2015. Came back in, not 16. not Eduardo Correa condition, but still great condition.
Yeah.
We've seen him even better, haven't we?
Yeah, I've seen Eduardo better. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, his first show back. I wonder if Eduardo's going to do any more shows now as well, because I would like to see Eduardo Correa back at the Olympia, because he's a top 5 guy, really, at his best.
Also,
freaky. I remember seeing Eduardo as a junior in 2002 at the Nabi Universe.
So we're going to do the open, all the classes later. We just stick to 212 right now. We go. But third guy, place.
Yeah.
Beautiful from the back.
Can you remember his name?
Kenneth.
Kerith. Oh, God, sorry. We forgot his name.
That's sad.
A colour guy. Fantastic. Really, really good. Jareth. Sorry, we haven't got his name. But he was the guy, third place at the New York Pro, the 212.
What? Out of nowhere.
I have seen him before. I was following him on Instagram, but nothing I saw on the pictures of Instagram made me do a double take like I did when I saw the contest pictures. Like, whoa! If that guy had his gyno fixed, he would have won. He had the best. He had the most balanced, most pleasing physique.
So let me ask you this: what do you do with a guy with proper gyno? Do you reward him in the top 3?
No.
Because he had some.
It's like when you see gyno in men's physique, I think it's shocking. And I mean, some guys have it, but like I won't even say the names, but I've had athletes in previous shows say, "What do you think I need to improve?" And I'll say, "Well, mate, you need to get a gyno fix." And then they come back the next year and they've still got it. And it's like, look, you need to take anti-estrogens. And if it's that bad, get surgery. And it'll take you out of training for maybe 3-4 weeks, but then it's done. And keep an eye on it.
He had a beautiful physique.
Oh, yeah. Very balanced.
The gyno
shapely.
is... You see, that's the first thing I saw, wasn't it? Like, whoa, what's going on?
I'd be interested to see how close he is to the 212 as well, because in terms of how much he weighs as well.
So when he gets that fixed... Yeah. That's a Mr. Olympia contender almost, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's a potential. Yeah, he's a top.
Would you, if he didn't have gyno, would you have any problem with him beating Ahmad?
Oh no, absolutely not. No.
You see
my eyes were drawn to his physique, and then when I zoomed in, I was like, "Ooh, whoa, that's really bad."
It's bad.
But, I think things like that shouldn't be, But then, maybe that's what knocked him down from first. I think the top 2 I think they were quite clear of what they wanted from the top 2.
Fourth place was.
I don't know. Let's talk about the Open.
Yeah. New York Pro
Open
class.
Yep.
As most predicted.
Mm-hmm. Juan Morel.
Diesel. Better hair in New York than he was in Brazil.
Yes, he was, which I was surprised by.
Midsection tight.
Yeah.
Clean.
Do you know what I liked? I liked his side chest. I love his side chest. The thickness, the size.
His back is just...
Conditioning his legs and his glutes and everything was popping and flickering. And this was him at his absolute best.
Legs look also a little bit improved, don't they? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
He presents them in a good way.
Yeah, he hides the flaws. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
It was a good win. It was a... Did you have a close with Akeem? Akeem Williams again in second.
Akeem, I've not actually studied the pictures enough to see if he was actually any better than he was, but he did look good. He did look good. Second, yeah.
I had Morel winning. It wasn't for me. It wasn't. I thought it was. Well, it wasn't like a beatdown, but it was. It was a solid victory.
Very, very, very good.
Second New York Pro win for Juan Morel.
Yes, he won it in 2000. I believe it was 15, and he's won it this year.
16.
Sorry, 16.
Yeah.
And so do you think you'll make top 10 at Olympia?
Let's see.
Yeah. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him move up into that top 10 now.
It's a lot of good guys, though.
A lot of good guys.
It's a lot of good guys.
And do you know
remember, in this show, there were no big names.
No, that's true. True. In third place was Milan Shadak from Czech Republic.
The most we had on Global Muscle episode, which...
it was
19?
It was maybe 3-4 episodes ago. And
there was no shock.
Yeah.
His package wasn't a shock to us who know him.
He was 7th place last year. This was a guy who moved up from the 212 in 2017. He took 6th place at the Olympia in the 212. Came back last year, took 7th place at the New York Pro. And now he's jumped up to 3rd place at the New York Pro. And to me, he had the most... He had the nicest physique in the top 6.
I read something stupid on the board. Did you say you had him winning?
No.
No, okay.
No, I didn't win it.
That was weird.
I thought he would be around maybe fourth, but I thought he deserved third. I didn't know whether he would get third. So when I saw that he got third, I was really. In fact, I messaged him and he because I remember interviewing Milan in 2013 when he was doing the Arnold Classic in the Arnold Classic Amateur, and he's doing the Puerto Rico actually this week.
Shout out to Guru Hansa who discovered him for MD board. You know Guru Hansa, he's in love with Milan.
Yes.
And Milan, great package.
Yeah.
What does he need to do to get in that top 12 at the Olympia, Milan?
He's still quite young. He's like 31.
Yeah, he's a young man.
I think he just needs to keep doing what he's doing because he's consistently moving up. He's not ruining his physique. His physique is quality of his physique is as good as when he was in the 212. So he's putting on size, nice and steady. That frontal bicep, he just looked like a slightly bigger, better version than what he was, and that's what you want to do. You want to move forward that way.
I would like to see him to work on his back a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, a bit more thickness in the back. Yeah, to kind of when you go up against guys like Juan Morel and Akim, who are really thick in the back. I mean, it's he needs to. Somebody said he needs to thicken up the lower back a bit.
And then what can I say? It's hard to say, but a little bit in fourth place. I expected him to be even better, to be honest. John De La Rosa.
Yeah, he looked kind of same.
Improved size a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But the condition was not improved, was it?
It was better than it was last year, but still not back to his absolute best. I think I don't know what he needs to do, really. I'd like to see him come in lighter. I'd like to see him come in lighter. I just think there was still not, when he did the side chest, there still wasn't a huge amount of separation in the arms, which he had when he was lighter. And I honestly do think he can get that back. I do. I think he needs more time at the Dragon's Lair with Flex Lewis and...
because I was expecting...
I know, I was expecting...
I'm talking to John De La Rosa privately. I won't go through our discussions, but he promised me he was in shape.
Yeah.
He was peaking. Yeah. Neil Hill and Flex Lewis approved this is the shit.
Yeah.
We're going to shock the world. We're going to take what's mine. And he got fourth.
Yeah, I was expecting him to come in and steal the show, really.
Me too.
Quite clearly.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping maybe he can
I was expecting Juan Morel to relax a little bit because he's already qualified to the Olympia.
He won the Arnold Brazil.
John get this.
Winning the Arnold Brazil, yes, of course, yeah.
But it wasn't meant to be.
No, okay.
We're not giving up on John, though.
Do you want to talk about any more of the New York Pro? Because I'd like to go on to some shout-outs now.
Yeah, how long have we been going for now, Shane?
Well, I've got the time here.
Yeah, of course. New York Pro is a big show.
Okay.
Then we have the figure winner. Hello.
Jessica Reyes Padilla.
Dominating. No, not yet, bro. Not yet. We got 10 more minutes, New York Pro.
He's been drinking too much green tea today.
Too much green tea, yeah?
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, bro.
You just want to stop the New York Pro for two class. First of all, 5th place, 6th place.
Well, come on, then.
Hollingshead. Who's in 5th?
James Hollingshead.
He didn't get 5th. Didn't even get.
No, he got 8th. Sorry, he got 8th place.
Yeah.
8th place. Sorry. Sorry,
who got 5th?
We should really. We're going to get a lot of shit for this.
We're going to get a lot. You guys don't know what they're talking about. They're going to be saying now. Tim Budensheim, wasn't it?
Tim Budensheim was 6th.
The German, very popular in Germany. Who got 5th then?
Ooh. Do you want to check your phone?
This is sad.
Yeah, we should have checked really. Before.
We should have checked, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Tim in 6th.
Tim in 6th. Yeah, he looked very good. Very good. I'm glad he got top 6 because he has made improvements. He's very popular. See how popular he is?
Very popular.
People love him. Do you think it's because he's European and it's a lot of European fans now supporting bodybuilding?
German fans are very passionate about their heroes.
Yeah,
you saw the same thing with Markus Rühl.
Yeah, Gunther Schlierkamp.
And Dennis Wolf.
I just had a message off Dennis Wolf.
He did.
Yeah.
He said he's going to do the comeback.
He said no. Oh, I can't say.
You can't say
no,
that.
There was nothing to do with that. I'm not gonna start getting Dennis Wolf fans jumping up and down with excitement. So
no, Tim, really popular on Instagram, on social media, and in Germany, and
yeah.
Very nice, clean physique, nice.
Moving up.
James in 7th,
8th.
8th. Oh, do you think he's a little bit disappointed with the 8th place? Because he got 3rd in the big man show.
Well, he said he wanted to make top 10, and it's a big show, the New York Pro. So I think he was in the first call out, wasn't he?
He was
first call out. So
Justin Rodriguez in 5th.
Justin Rodriguez. Yeah, big guy.
Huge arms.
I'm amazed how he pulled it in actually, because I don't know what to say about Justin really. His legs are improved. There's not much. I would have been very surprised if he hadn't been in the top 5.
But it's always 5th and 6th.
I know,
and
yeah,
fifth
that's
and
what I
sixth
mean.
and
That's what I
fifth
mean.
and
What do you think?
And 2 years ago, it was also, wow, Justin moving up.
Yeah.
5th and...
He got 7th at the Arnold Classic last year, and that was, against big names,
So we're on same.
Yeah,
there's nothing really. It's not improving.
I'd like to see maybe win a pro show and get to the Olympia this year. But the thing is, now there's a new point system, isn't there? So even if you do win a pro show, you don't automatically get through.
Seriously?
Yeah. How does that work though? Because there'll be guys prepping, and then they find out they have somebody else has moved ahead on points, and they're not doing the Olympia. I think that's
Hakeem
bad,
is qualified now, of course, for Olympia. How many second, third, fourth, second places?
Surely has to have got enough points now to qualify.
So quick figure: Jessica Padilla Reyes, smoking the lineup, looking great, looking feminine, walking out like a boss.
In this latest episode, it'll update there from.
She's in our episode,
yeah, fantastic. And
then we have
Mariella
in the bikini. We have Mariella Pellegrino.
Pellegrino, yeah.
Pellegrino.
Lovely fizzy water there.
That's a water. You're rich when you drink the Pellegrino water. In Norway, when you drink the Pellegrino water, that means you got money.
Okay.
So she's on the money. Beautiful girl. Smoked the lined up. I hope one time we should get a bikini girl on. This should be the one.
I totally agree.
And
feeling that one.
Just a quick to men's physique. Kaiki, our guy. He was in the first Kaiki. How do you say his last name? It's Kaiki. We know him as Kaiki. We had a Global Muscle episode 14, 15, 16. Kaiki.
It was like 2 episodes. Last episode.
Okay, well, I can't count. Episode 18.
20 or 19?
He finished 5th.
19.
4th place.
Yeah, okay.
He was in the first lineup in the middle. I thought he was going to win. I was happy. He didn't win.
Okay.
But how do you win 55 guys, Giles?
Yeah.
How are you judging 55 guys in the board shorts, man? No, but seriously.
No,
how as a judge?
You have to know your own criteria. You have to know.
What are you looking for then?
Exactly, yeah, it's tough.
55.
I know, 55. That's like 4 deep.
Yeah, it's like.
What are you laughing at? Stop it.
4 deep sound like something else.
Getting it from all angles.
Yeah, like a virgin in the Iraqi prison camp. No, it was. I don't remember. Is it Holden? His name. The winner was called Holden something. A black guy. Can't remember. Holden, a men's physique guy. I don't remember. But if you win against 55 guys, either you have the it factor or the judges don't stop judging. And just 55 guys.
55.
Bro. That's a lot of guys. That's can you imagine Giles as a men's physique judge? Oh no! More!
Put the gun to my head. Judge them. Oh, I can't do it. I can't. There's too many board shorts.
No. Hey, stop.
The brightness of their teeth is blinding me. Sorry. No. I like Taiki. Love you, bro.
Oh shit! No, but men's physique is a very popular.
When you put that green tea, it's gonna be. I'm breaking out into sweat here.
Very popular in the streets, but not for old bodybuilder lovers. It's not as popular, man.
What's this old?
No, I'm just saying, if you follow the sport like bodybuilding, all of a sudden you put on Mr. Olympia, you see 60 guys walking out, 212 back in Expo posting.
Yeah. Especially when you put it like that. Shall we? Oh, you talked enough about the New York Pro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great event. Yeah. People were happy. Tyler Mannion, wasn't it? Who was the head judge?
Yes, who's now the vice president. He's been promoted. Yep. Thank you. Well done. Yep. Well done. NPC Global now, isn't it? Worldwide. Yeah.
He'll learn as he go along, but he's got the passion, that's for sure.
Isn't he 22?
22,
fantastic. Yeah. Well, he's been, every event I've been to, he's been there, and seems to have a good vibe about him, and everyone, he's obviously been very.
I met him one time. Very nice. When I met him, I don't know him. I just met him one time.
Was that in Romania?
No, that was in the UK.
Oh, that's backstage. That's right.
Yeah, I called him, "Hello, Mr. Zac Efron," and we took a picture together.
You say everyone looks like Zac Efron.
Only the handsome guys with the black hair, the white guys. If you're white and black hair.
Not the old guys with the blue hair.
You got blue hair?
No.
No, but Zach, Tyler.
Actually, I do in the reflection of these of these sunglasses.
I lost my Louis Vuitton shade, so I have to get this shit glasses from the gas station.
Don't diss their sunglasses.
It's not his.
Oh, okay.
It's mine. I got from a guy who drove me. It's like 22 pounds on the gas station.
These were the ones you had on last night on the.
That you dissed.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to? Did you tell us about the flights and everything?
Whatever you guys do, don't. Let's just say.
AJ gave me a meltdown yesterday.
The intro we had. That's do not fly Ryanair.
Yeah.
Do not fly Ryanair.
Do you know, I went to see a comedian once and he made up a song and he says, Ryanair sandwiches cost more than the fare. He did. Because he said I might start a new job. He says I might just take a bag full of sandwiches and sell them on. He says I'll be a millionaire because of what they charge. Like you get the flight for like 10 quid and you think, oh, brilliant. And then you have to pay for your seat and you have to pay for the airport tax and then you have to pay for freaking everything. It's ridiculous.
Before we do our shout outs, are we going to do our breaking Don Lemon breaking news CNN story?
What is that? Oh.
Or are we going to do shout outs first? Because this is so epic.
This is huge. We need to
do the shout outs first.
We need to like rumble up to this one.
We get the last 15 minutes of the epic shit.
Yep, stop spitting on me, please.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this is a shout out?
Yeah. Oh, yes, this is Owen Powell. This is a classic competitor, a British guy. He won the British finals as a classic back in 2014.
Beautiful physique.
I interviewed him backstage at the British finals. As you can, he's been very close to getting his pro card.
Oh man, look at this physique!
And this guy knows how to pose.
He's not a pro yet.
No, he's
What's
not.
What's going on?
He's not pro. No.
In classic,
he's very close. He's very.
We've seen
close.
some of the guys. Let's talk about Owen. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Can you show me some more pictures? Yeah, look.
Go.
Oh, look at his abs. Whoa. Fantastic.
So he looks like a little bit like Voslo.
Yeah, he's good friends with Zach Khan.
Zach Khan.
Yeah. They are. Look there. Yeah. Spot there. Picture of Zach Khan with him there. Down, please. That one there. You know what Zach Khan looks like? Have you met Zach yet? No. Are you not going to be part of his new film crew?
And look, you put a picture.
Wear a raincoat.
The DVD.
Wear a raincoat. Don't wear those shades.
And this is not Zach. Zach
this is Joey Loco. Next, another guy. Came second.
Look like they're in the prison shower there, flexing.
Prison shower, yeah. Yep, there's soaps in his hand there.
Now look at the middle. Go up in the middle with the cap. Up.
Yeah.
This picture will get you a lot of hits on Tinder.
Yep.
Looks great.
That's the picture I use.
Beautiful physique.
Don't get many swiping left when you do that.
This is what you call a beautiful physique.
What is Tinder?
Back to Owen.
This
Owen. Is a beautiful physique, isn't it?
Yep.
Look at the waist, the chest, the pecs, the
shoulders. He's actually been on my...
the veins, even the beard looks good.
Yep. Strong beard game. Yep.
This is a fitness model. Is he a fitness model also?
No, he preps a lot of people. He's I think he's moved recently to be closer to a gym. He moved to a different part of the country just so he could be in a better environment for his training. But he's a really nice guy, and he's literally...
Let me see more of him.
I mean, come on, this guy is... It must be...
Oh, I'm impressed.
He's very close to getting his pro card. I think he's come like second.
There you go.
That was at the Amateur Olympia last year.
How tall is he?
Haven't a clue.
Now that is what bodybuilding should look like.
And he's very good pose. Does the vacuum. He does the... he posed to Pink Floyd. I think it was at that show. Really, really good.
Beautiful.
Really, really good. Yeah, so keep an eye out for Owen Powell because he knows how to pose like a classic.
Yeah, I see it.
You know
Isn't he a great poser? I think he's a great poser, isn't he?
Yeah, very good. He's got a huge following on Instagram and it's not bought, I can tell. No, it is. No, he has. He does.
A lot of people, not him, but...
Oh, I'm up to 10,000 this morning. Thank you. 10,000 followers. Real, not bought.
Okay, Owen. Let's go to my shout. That's a great physique. Oh, you can go. Yeah.
This is to Rob Cannon. Now, I've actually given Rob Cannon a bit of a shout out before. I won't go into that, but this week he had a bit of a stress because he moved back from America. And
he's from America. He's not from the UK.
Listen.
Okay. He
moved back from America and he had to restart his life, and he's had a bit of a very difficult, trying time.
Like we all had.
Yeah, well, yes. And if you look at this video on the right,
he lost his dog.
Don't bring the sound. Yeah, don't bring the sound up. But he lost his best friend, which was his dog.
Oh no!
And everyone on social media, it just kind of caught everyone's hearts. Look, he's devastated. He's so worried, bless him. Look, please. Look. Oh. So cut a long story short, he went in the woods and his dog got, and it was near lots of roads, and he just feared the worst. And then yesterday, was it 2 days ago? Was this 2 days ago? Yeah, he found his dog. So
How did he find him?
I don't know. He just got the dog back.
That's a nice
I haven't
dog.
actually. Rosie watched the video, but I haven't. But like by Giles Tiger. Look.
What type of a dog is that?
Cute one.
Oh, that was a smart answer, huh?
It's a cute dog.
It's a beautiful dog. That's why I want to know the race.
Like
Isn't it the race or what breed? Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of dog is that, Shane?
It's like a mixed.
A beautiful dog.
Yeah. Where's Chris gone? Oh, Chris gone.
So Rob, good he found his dog.
Yeah, no. So anyway, so I wanted to give him a little shout out, and I think he's back. So he's very happy. So it was a really nice feel good story for the week.
Where does he? Because
oh look, this dog, cute, lost place. Oh my god, it's honestly really. It's social media was like melting down over the last week or so because everyone was just so hooked on this story. Yeah, look.
There it is.
Good boy.
Where does he compete in? What class does he compete in?
He's a heavyweight.
He's a heavyweight.
Yeah, he's awesome as well. He's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's huge.
Yeah, really big dude. And you can see he's going to compete soon. There, look, the rear lat spread. Rear lat spread.
That's the rear lat
picture
spread,
with another guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice arse shot there. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for that.
Nice calves and
yeah, he's awesome.
thick.
Yeah.
Looks like a strong guy.
Yeah, he's training with Donna.
Yeah, Donna Murphy.
Donna Murphy. Yeah. There's getting very cozy in one of the pictures.
Powerful physique, isn't he?
Yes. No, he's a strong dude.
Proper.
Yeah, old school.
My shout out is to. Oh, you want to say something more?
No, I'm done. I'm just really happy that Rob got his
My
dog
last
back.
shout out, as we say in the hood, make Norwegian bodybuilding great again.
Go on then.
That's why we go to Jürgen. This is Jürgen, Josh. They go down.
Mm-hmm.
You want to guess his age?
Tell me.
Late 40s.
Okay.
Look at his shape.
Shit, he's big,
365 days.
I thought you were going to say
year?
365 pounds. I'm like,
25 years straight, like this.
like 8 foot tall or something.
And if you go up.
That's good.
If you go down, go down.
Look at his back.
Show him his back.
Well, he ain't classic, is he?
Oh, he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Press it.
Yeah.
So he's from Norway. He's
dude.
been repping for 20 years. Awesome. And I'm gonna tell you something sad when you go down. Let's see his back.
Oh, go on, son.
Let's see. Come on, spread it out, Jürgen. Okay.
Open it up.
Open it up.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm not feeling that.
Go down.
I'm not feeling that let's go thing either.
So go down. I want to show us how bad it is in Norway. Go down. Go to the right. Mm-hmm. So I asked, press it. So I asked
how does he not get arrested when he's in the streets?
Here you go. So I asked him.
Yeah,
so I asked,
educating me
So
now.
I asked him, bro, why are you always taking pictures out in the locker room? Because before, you got to show more of your physique. You're like, because the gym owners told him you look too good to take pictures in the gym.
What?
Because you'll promote, you look too good for kids.
I get that a lot.
So he is not allowed to take pictures in the gym. Because then the cops will come to the gym.
Or he might inspire a few people.
There you go.
Oh, don't inspiring people to train hard.
So Jürgen, you have to know you're an inspiration to all the people who loves real bodybuilding. And so Norway is really...
Hang on a minute. Just cover the top half of his face. Great Batman.
A Batman.
Great Batman. Better than Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, he's a very handsome man.
Yes.
No, so Jürgen, he's going through a lot of people looking at you. Can you imagine? You can't even take your top off in the middle of the gym, take a picture because you're too good, look too good. So Jürgen, keep fighting the fight.
Yeah,
you'll be competing next year. He's going to tell.
Thing is, Norwegian
go down so we can see his face.
AJ, a lot of Scandinavian guys are big, so when they're bodybuilders, they are big.
Go down, go to the left there. Go to the left.
Not listening.
Press that one. There, yeah. Up. Okay, whatever. Okay, so it's a really good bodybuilder. Yeah. He's going to compete next year. You're going to tell me where, and I'm going to let the people know on the show. Yep. So Jürgen, keep on making Norwegian bodybuilding great again.
Good.
And now,
hang on. Can we put in a sound effect of a drum rolling, please?
Let's get loud.
Are we gonna talk about this one thing or the other things as well?
Put on J-Lo, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we have a breaking news.
Okay, now the Global Muscle Radio, or Global Muscle brand is expanding.
Yeah.
By expanding, now we do actually have some other things in place. We'll talk about this first one, and then we'll decide. Yeah, because this is definitely going to happen. Global Muscle will be doing Global Muscle Pro Tours. We're going to obviously be starting in the UK, but we're going to be doing national tours with and I mean as you can see from previous episodes of Global Muscle, we have connections now with the biggest names in the world, and we're capitalizing on that, and we're expanding on that, and we're going to have fun with it.
We're like Don Corleone of the bodybuilding media industry now.
That bloke. So we're going to be doing UK tours, like seminar tours. We're going to be doing other stuff. We're going to be doing some filming. We're going to do documentary style videos on these tours. It's going to be good, isn't it?
We're going to get the biggest names, get them to the UK, get them to the Middle East, get them to Germany, get them to Iceland, get them to Singapore, get them to Thailand, get them to Australia.
So bear in mind, we're going to be releasing this information. We'll be letting you know on the Global Muscle Instagram, myself and AJ's Instagram.
What's your Instagram handle?
Well, it pops up every 10 minutes.
Say it.
Giles_Tiger.
Mine's AJ Kayla Roberts. And what's Instagram's to global again?
I don't like this. You're freaking me out now.
Global Muscle Radio.
You're freaking me out, bro. Yes. So so that's our plan for the next stage of the Global Muscle
And
expansion.
it won't be a regular, it will be a proper seminar. How to train, show you how to train.
Not like the guy who was on his phone.
Not even taking his top off.
Not even taking his top off on the phone saying, ask that guy.
Can you imagine you pay a guy, I won't say how much they get paid, that's up to them. But people pay.
I know what they got paid, and it was a lot of money.
And you go in to see that.
This is shocking.
And he doesn't even take his top off. He doesn't even answer your question.
Yeah, the seminar was going on, and he was actually on his phone, and he was taking selfies instead of engaging with the people. But let's talk about that.
So our tours won't be like that.
No. That shit,
if it's like that, get your money back.
that shit ain't going down.
And then we're gonna film it.
Yep.
And put it on Amazon. Download it, whatever.
We're going to do it. We're going to basically make it as a downloadable we can pay and buy, and but it'll be really professionally produced, documentary style, all the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, can you imagine if
Let's just say
last weekend with Phil. Can you imagine all the stuff all the laughing and the joking and the kind of
get him on the karaoke machine, get him drunk.
Yeah, just little clips like that. It's these are the kind of things that I think I like to see as a fan, not just them training or at the seminar answering questions and having a few pictures. And we're gonna really do something special with this, AJ.
And I want a big, huge female bodybuilder in the gym with tons of those in the gym. Yeah, those. And follow her around and see what she does in the gym.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got the first. I think it's safe to say we've got the first two names lined up.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing them. They're a 1 week tour, and we're going to be doing them every single 2 months. So literally, we're going to be planning at least 1-2 in advance. So, it's first come, first served. There's 7 dates, 7 appearances. So any gyms or any stores or anything like that who want to book them, you book them, and it's first come, first served, I'm afraid. So you're going to have to get us booked quick.
Because we already got 2 gyms lined up, so there's only 5 left.
I rang up to inquire about about how these things went ahead and doing some sort of research, and he said straight away, "Oh well, if you're getting those names, this is put me down for both of them."
Of course, hello.
Yeah, and I was like,
hello.
Well, I'm not even. We haven't even, because we're going to sit down and work all the figures out tonight and some of the. The travel arrangements. And also when we fly them in, we're going to get them into the studio. We're going to bring them here. So you'll see them on Global Muscle. We're going to have the third person here. We're going to do a live seminar in the other studio across the hall. Because at Pump Meter Studios, I did a seminar with Zach Khan, and we did a live, a Facebook Live seminar, which we could stream. And it's going to be, we're taking it all to the next level. I think that's the safe to say, isn't it?
And Giles and me will also be there. So if you want to say hi, we're there also.
Yes.
In the gym.
Yes, and myself, AJ, the athletes, the biggest names, and obviously all the media backup, and it's going to be fun. Can't wait.
It's going to be... We went from nothing to everything in just 4 months.
Do you know, AJ, last night I was saying to Rosie in the kitchen, I said, 6 months ago, if you'd have told me that...
What, 6? Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months ago. I remember when I was in bed, and I remember I was watching an Anthony Hopkins film, and I got the message from Steve Blackman. He says, right, Giles, I want a radio show. I was like, okay. He says, well, do your thing, make it as good as you can make it. And I was like, okay, so here we are on episode 21. You've flown over for the 12th time because you had body power as well. So this isn't your level, it's your 12th time. All the problems you've had, all the issues of trying to make this whole thing coordinate and come together. It's such a, I just think if you'd have told me the 6 months that the next 6 months would have gone the way it's gone, I would have said, well, no, something's going to go drastically wrong. And things have gone wrong behind the scenes, but we've made it work.
And when Phil Heath saw us in the eyes in episode 1 and told us, guys, just give quality content. Yeah. Don't be like the other clickbait guys. Mm-hmm. The money will come, as he said.
Yeah,
don't do it for the money. Do it for the love of it.
Yeah, from the heart.
And finally, it looks like we're. This is going to be good.
Yeah, and maybe in next episode we'll talk about some of the other things we've got coming off as well. Because
you want to talk about that now, or
no, we'll talk about this in episode 22. Leave that
another
for that.
big thing.
Two big things.
Other than him,
2 big things, or is it 3? We'll talk about it tonight, and then we'll
the lightweight baby. That's one thing, and the other one is.
Well, we'll talk about it in episode 22 because we really want to talk about this Global Muscle Pro Tours.
Yeah. There's actually 3 major things, but we want to keep it for next episode.
Yeah. AJ, I think we better wrap up because we have our guest coming on.
As he said, hello.
Well,
on the computer,
he will be when I get him on.
And this guy. This I call the Lorenzo Lamas of classic physique.
Okay, AJ. Well, as always a pleasure, mate. And yes, anything else you want to say?
A great weekend we had at Body Power with the champ.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was good,
really good.
And for people who say that Phil Heath is not a good man, we're laughing at you.
AJ, to be honest, he's like you. The more I get to know you, the more I got to know him, the more I like him, the more I like you.
Oh,
don't start crying again. Don't start crying. That's how we open the show, AJ. All right, then we'll be right back after the break with our first special guest on episode 21 of Global Muscle Radio. And we are out.
Pump Media.
And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Media Studios. Joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway. And we're joined by Canada's finest, Henri Pierre.
Oh no.
I know.
Finally.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Finally.
Henri, sorry, we've to allude, we've actually had a few connection problems, but we've got it sorted now. So we've got you, Henri, and we even had a system crash and everything, but we've got you. So thank you for joining us. And yeah,
my favorite classic with George Peterson, of course.
Yes.
Wait, man, this Olympia, you look fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you very much. We worked pretty hard for that prep. It was for me a big switch coming from the Open to the Classique. I took some more time off this year, and I didn't just have the time to get the mass, and I was about to just take the year off. Mm-hmm. By fluke, I think, as you guys know it, last year they went up all the classes by 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So that was allowing me to be in my fullest on stage at 240. That's what we thought would be, but as the Olympia, as many knows, as many persons saw me also doing at the weigh-in and all that, I was a bit shorter than 6'1". I was really, really tight. I worked very hard. I was very in condition, and by that, I lost too much fat. So I was a quarter of an inch too short, and I had to be 240 instead of 230 instead of 240 on stage. Oh. So it was we had a little sauna session, and we made it, and it was great. It was just great. Yeah.
Henri, I was at the 2017 Tampa Pro. And I saw you as an open, and I thought you were a fantastic open. And I remember when, I think it was actually AJ that told me that you were switching to classic, and I went, oh no. I said, someone that big and that wide, he's going to just look so stringy as a classic. And then, was it Toronto or Vancouver you won as the classic? Was it
Vancouver, the first show.
Yeah, the Vancouver show you won, and I was like, he doesn't look any different. He looks exactly as big as when you won the Open. So it was incredible to see. Yeah. You hadn't really, some of these guys, they have to crash down in body weight, but it just shows that the strength of your aesthetics and the strength of your overall balance of your physique. It was incredible to see you switch to a classic and look every bit as good.
Yeah, I saw the pictures, especially. I did the Vancouver. I think I was maybe like 80% ready. We did it, like I said, we were late in the prep. We prepped in 9 weeks for that show.
Oh, wow.
I've been through hell, through the condition. I nailed it at 240, yeah, believe me. I nailed it at 240, and then I finished 4th in Vancouver. I think it was just too close. I wasn't ready enough. And then 4 weeks after, I went to the Tampa Pro, and I won the show, and the condition was just there, and the package was great, yeah.
What was the difference in body weight, say, from when you did the Tampa in 2017 as an open to when you switched to classic? Was there any difference in body weight?
Yeah, actually, that's funny because, it's all the same entire crew that was there. And they saw me the year before in the open, finishing 3rd, and I won the classique. So even, Bob Jarrell was on stage like, you were here last year, but I think you made the right choice switching to classique, and then you're first now. But the weight-wise, in 2017 Tampa, I was 255 on stage. And this year, last year, 2008, I was 240 flat at the weigh-in, yeah.
Really?
You looked amazing as an open bodybuilder. Why did you make the decision to do the switch? Why would you go to classic?
It was for me. Last year, I decided to take about 7 months off. So going back into the prep, I think I was too close and too rushed into being ready to compete in the open and have time to take the time to put more mass on the frame. So I was about to take the year off, and then I was talking to my coach, Chris, and he's like, do you know the classic physique are raising their class by 10 pounds? So that would be 240 on stage for you since you're 6'1", which is not too far.
That's why you switched then? Right. Interesting.
Yeah, that was a big plus to that made me do the switch. So I decided to try it, and Vancouver was a big, tryout for me. It ended up being all right, but then Tampa came, and I was just spot on. And like AJ was saying, I think I was even a bit better at that weight than the last year in the open. And it was a bit, as you know, the classic physique, I love the guys. The guys are just extremely conditioned. I don't think there's nothing that you can, match in terms of, leanness and condition on stage. The open bodybuilders are focusing a bit more on the mass. So going to an open show, you want to be round, big, full, and tight. Going to the classic, you want to be extremely ripped. So so for me, it was a class that I like to do. It's a division that I think is going to take a lot more popularity in the years to come. Also, you see all the guys making the switch, and it's a big trend right now. And I think also for all the reasons the health and also the training, the workout, the eating, everything is a bit more healthy, I think, than the open. So for me, it was a smart choice. I liked it. Now, I'm still qualified for the next Olympia. So we're definitely going to stay in the classic this year, yeah.
So what's the difference in being an open class bodybuilder and a classic bodybuilder? I know you have to come in lighter because you have to make a weight, but like when you were an open, were you someone that went up to like 300 pounds and then dieted down to 250? And what are the differences now that you're now that you're a classic competitor? Do you stay within striking distance? Do you work up to the body weight? What's the difference?
That's a very good question because, I always been a type of guy who compete a bit like Kevin Levon was. I take a lot of months off, so I'm about 6 to 7 months off. So my regular weight being, naturally walking in life, I would say I'm about 250, 260. Yeah. So getting ready for a preparation, the open, I'm going to, I'll bump up my weight, but my max that I topped out in weight in the open was 305 1 year. But it was 2 years ago. So that weight for me was still great, comfortable. And then I was going down slowly until about 270. And I was sitting there for like a couple months. And then going to the show in the open, I was dropping the weight dramatically, like in the 3 or 4 last weeks of the prep, going to 250, 260. Compared to classic now, classic physique for me, it's a total different preparation. I just stay on a natural weight till 3 months off. Okay, and when I'm 3 months out of the show, I decide to prep and just dieting hard and just go get the weight. Because for me, it's more about losing the weight, getting it up at first. So this is the main difference. So once with the classic, I have to go down. I have to get ripped, getting ready for the show. Open bodybuilding is for me to mass up and then tie it up a bit. But I definitely think that classic physique for me is a harder class still to be competing in because of that weight difference. And, it's easier for me to get bigger and lean than just to stay smaller and ripped. So preparation is different in that way, yeah.
So as an open class bodybuilder, for you, it's purely about coming in bigger, better or whatever. As a classic, how do you feel that you can improve as a classic when you're actually restricted by body weight?
Exactly. This is my main concern now, I think, and how you guys are going to probably see in my next show or maybe Olympia, that I improved a lot of my weaknesses, muscle shape-wise and also mass-wise. But like you said, I'm always, restricted by a certain amount of weight that I can carry on stage. So for me to really improve the shape and being at the same weight, that's a big, it's a big issue in that division. But honestly, I think it's always about those final days. And I want to give a shout out to my coach for that, Chris Aceto, because Chris is just a genius when it comes to that, And the 3 or 4 last days of the prep, it's either make it or break it. And the weight has never been even, we had a little... difficulty with the weight at the Olympia. I still showed up at the weigh-in at 234, which was for me something I never saw before, expecting to be 240 on stage.
What is your cutoff? Is it 240 is your cutoff for 6'1"?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: if you're 6'1" and plus, you can be 240. Less than 6'1" is 230. And for me, it's always I tried all kind. Well, actually, I was too. I'm gonna admit you guys a little bit. I give you a little bit of a scoop on what happened at the weigh-in, because I bought and I heard that you can get a bit taller by using inversion boots, hanging yourself.
I've seen people being stretched backstage and all sorts.
Yeah. And actually, we did that at the Vancouver show.
Oh, you did?
With no inversion boost. Oh yeah, that was a freak circus that happened. People had to hang me by my feet, pulling my head. I finally made it, so it works. But I mean, being at the Olympia, I was too nervous to go try something, go in the gym, hang myself, go back to the, to the room upstairs. Am I good? Not go back to the. So I just decided to lose the weight, and I was just like 3 pounds away. So I lost 3 pounds though in 25 minutes. That sauna. What? Let me tell you, that was the most difficult ever experience I had in my life at that time. Believe me, it was very tough, but I made it. I made it flush at 230, and thank God, like I said, because we were asking me about what's the main concern, the difference in the last couple of days, and Chris is always there to make sure that we're going to target the weight and make it good. So it's really happening in the 3-4 last days of my prep that I'm going for the weight. Before that, we're just focusing on the shape. I have a decent amount of muscle on and trying to get full when you be on stage.
Because you're only doing the Olympia this year, or?
Excuse me?
Are you only doing the Mr. Olympia contest this year?
Yeah. I'm going to definitely do it. Knowing what happened last year and having more experience also, in the field, we're just going to make sure we're going to go for the weight mark, and that wouldn't be an issue. And also, I always and I'd like to do a couple shows before to get in the mood, get ready. So, I'm planning to I'm definitely do either the Tampa. There's a new show in Brazil this year. I don't know if you heard of it. There's a show in Brazil the same day. I think it's early August 4th. In Sao Paulo.
Okay.
So I'm debating between these two shows, and I might, see if I'm in the room, if I'm ready enough to do maybe the Vancouver as a warm-up show before as well. Trying to get the weight down, it gets me ready for the next one. So my first show, I always try to be 80%. Just to make sure I look okay, just to put down my weight, get in the rhythm. And then after that, Tampa is full on and Olympia balls to the roof.
What about any post-Olympia shows? Because I believe there's a 212 at the EVL Prague show, and I think there's a 212 at the Romania, isn't there? The Romania Pro.
212?
There was a 212, because they have every pro class. That's why I'm saying that.
You wanted to do...
Well, no, post-Olympia.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Post-Olympia. You can do shows before, but if you've done the Olympia and,
Because you want to see how it looks, this Olympia that matters. So, after Olympia, that's not as... But one thing for people, who are you? Who is Henri Pierre? We want to get to know you a little bit more than just bodybuilding. Who are you as a person? Where did you turn pro? Where are you from? You look like an R&B singer. So we want to know a little bit more about you. I've seen you a lot of motorbikes. So who are you?
Yeah, well, actually, I always been a bit athlete. I was into sports since I was very young. Being from Canada, Montreal, we like hockey over here.
You play
These
hockey?
guys, yeah. I played hockey for a long time till semi-professional hockey.
Oh.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey?
Yeah.
Ice hockey. Yeah.
Ice
So
hockey.
you played ice hockey? Wow.
Yeah, and I was.
They smash into
very
each
bad at
other.
it. Yeah, well, actually, being a hockey player, I was very small. I was one of the smallest in the team.
Oh,
It's
really?
weird to say, yeah,
okay.
but I was very, very solid and very tough on the ice, though. But that being said, I started lift weights pretty old. I did actually hockey till about 17 to 24. I did basketball.
Yeah.
I switched and I played basketball, high school. I played university basketball here in Montreal. And then after that, I just, switching. I left the university. I was done. So I just didn't do nothing. And then I fell in love with the motorbikes. I had motorcycles for years.
What sort?
I got 3. I'm a big sports, it was super sports motorcycle that I had. I'm a big Suzuki Gixxer fan for people that used to ride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can see me on one wheel in the front, one wheel in the back. I was a pretty good stunter back then. Also 3 accidents from it. Thank God, knock on wood. I broke my foot, broke my arm. Yeah, 3 big accidents. Thank God, I'm all right.
You stop with that now, huh? You stop with riding the motorbikes, I hope.
I stopped riding the sports bike. I have that sick chopper that you guys,
Yeah.
So I kind of switched. It's a bit more, it's something that relied me to be more calm and to be safe on the road. So I was into bikes for 5-6 years, a lot. And then just by fluke, I was working in a telecommunication company, and they were distributing pass for a gym, a 3-month trial for a gym. And my ex-girlfriend back then motivating me to go. She's like, oh, we should go to the gym, get back in shape, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And we went to the gym, and as I know, I always had great genetics, and even in the sports, people were thinking I was lifting weights, but I wasn't, So I just subscribed 3 months, and after a month, my body started to change. I gained like 15 pounds of muscle. People were thinking that was from another planet. Oh, you this, you that, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people were hating on me as well. But so I just started to train, and over there, I started at Pro Gym in Montreal. If whenever you pass by, this is a very epic gym we have here in Montreal. And the first month, I was just training regularly with one of my friends over there. My cousin in Canada here, Adam, was back then in 2004, 2003, a national level competitor, huge guy. And he saw me and he's like, maybe you should think about competing. And there was a show, a beginner show, and we were 8 weeks out. And he's like, go see my friend Larry Vanette at the gym. And he's going to start you off and maybe, give you a program, a diet, and you see where it goes. So I went to see Larry 8 weeks out the show. He gave me 2 sheets, a diet and a training program. He's like, come back, see me in a month. I came back in a month, he gave me another sheet, another diet. It's like, come back, see me in 3 weeks. We'll see if you're ready for the stage. Wow. I went to the show and won the show overall.
Wow. So this,
It was a big, it was motivated. It motivated me to just keep going. It was also, it's a sport that I like. I've always been an athlete, always been to sports. I'm a competitive athlete. So I fell in love at that point, with bodybuilding. And since then, the rest is history. I won the Canada's national in 2013. And then, I switched to Pro League on 2014. And it was for me a huge accomplishment. I love bodybuilding. I love the guys that I'm competing with. I think bodybuilding is starting to get back also on the right track right now with the Classique, the Bikini division. Everybody's into fitness. So I think it's definitely for me a great moment for me to keep going, because I know I started late. I was 27 when I did my first show, by the way. Wow. I might look, a bit younger, but I'm still.
Don't tell your age now. We want to keep that secret.
No. Let's put it this way. But I think bodybuilding keeps me young, keeps me in shape, drives me towards the sport for the good reason. Eating healthy, going to the gym, also being a good ambassador for the sports. I'm working in Laval. You're in my office right now here in Atlantis Gym Laval. So I'm spending most of my time here training people in the gym. I'm starting to work a lot online, I'm coming up next month or within 2 months with my next website to try to get more clients online and spread my knowledge. And
what's your website called?
It will be called henripierre.com. Okay, just to start with, and I'm working with some guys also from Gen Nord and My sponsors will be getting their Nutribolics. These guys are doing really great for me. Just to be a bit more, out there online. As you know, and as the show, speaks for themselves. Everything's online now, and being more from the old generation, I'm not really used to that. Going 3 years back or 4 years back, I wasn't even on Instagram at that point.
No.
So yeah, I'm that type of guy. so yeah.
Henri, do you miss doing the Open?
Last year, after winning the Tampa Pro, I spoke with Steve Weinberger, and I love New York. I love the Mecca. Actually, my first show was New York Pro 2014, and since then, my manager's there. I always go train there pretty often, so I have a chance to fly to New York. I go there, I go see the guys that train at the Bevs, and I asked him, do you like man look better in the Open or the Classique, this and that? And I think Steve loves me as Steve, as many people, as just maybe as you guys, because you tell me, it was a shock. And a couple of my friends too were telling me, what are you doing? You just finished third at the Tampa Pro. Now you want to go Classique. I switched to Classique first for the reason I just told you a couple of a second ago. But physically, of course, I like to see myself big, full, round, tight. I think, especially this year, I'm pretty serious when I said that I worked on my weaknesses. I'm more round. I have bigger legs, fuller. And I just hope that being restricted by the weight is not gonna, put it down. Yeah. So this is for me my main concern about this year, and we'll see. Nothing says that I won't be back in the Open.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's what we want.
I was just leading on to that because
actually,
we had another classic competitor on. He'd gone from bodybuilding to classic, and he was saying, "Oh, I might go back to Open because I don't want to. If I reach the limit, I don't want to restrict my physique progress by staying in a classic." But the thing is, bodybuilders can get better at a body weight. I remember with Sean Ray. I mean, his body weight didn't really change over the 10, 11 years, or 13 years he was a pro, but his physique actually improved. So the physiques always can get more refined. Sometimes they can look even better, lighter.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're speaking about Sean. Me and Sean are both coaches by Chris. Mm-hmm. And especially this Olympia, I was with him. Every time he was getting checked by Chris, I was there. So vice versa. So I was looking at him like, Sean, you really improved, and I see him every year.
Sorry, who are we talking about now? Sorry.
What?
Who are we talking about now?
Sean Roden.
Sean Roden. Right. Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Because you were telling me about Sean Roden. I was saying that we're coached by Chris Aceto both.
Yeah, both of them.
I was talking about Sean Ray, not Sean Roden.
Yeah, I know.
But he's saying Sean Roden. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
No, but actually you're right, because these are both physiques that are looking really, really great. They're not big guys.
Yeah.
They're very aesthetic. They're crisp. They're hard. They have the good roundness. And you talk about Sean Roden. Sean Roden is my main inspiration. Sean Roden is the bodybuilder that I was looking up to all my life.
Okay. There's a physique that got better by getting more refined. I mean, he came into the Olympia last year more sort of shredded and detailed, and it took him from this highest place third to first at the Olympia.
Yeah, and it's exactly that image and that look that I want, put out there, and I want to do the promotion with. Because I think bodybuilding, I have nothing against Phil Heath, nothing against Ronnie Coleman. All these guys worked hard, and they just came from another era. It's like everything in life. There's trends. Mass monsters were there. They did what they had to do. People appreciate them. And now I think just that the trends change, and we're going back to something that's more sculptural, something that's more, refined. And I think the body, that's what in my book and for me, that the bodybuilding should be about, to be a perfect physique, balanced, crisp, aesthetically impeccable. I think this is that's the image that I want to, I want to promote. So physique like Sean Ray, physique like Sean Roden. You're looking at some guys also they're having both. We're looking at Nathan Diesha, who's having a great physique, symmetrical, round, hard. These are physiques that I think are going to do good in the next year of bodybuilding.
Who physiques do you like the most currently active in the Open? Who has a look you like? You said Nathan, Sean Roden, and
definitely Sean Roden. There's Sean Roden. I really like also Cedric McMillan. He's a tall guy like me. Brendan Curry, who's a different man now. It's been since the last 5 years. He became, somebody that maybe nobody thought he was about to be.
No, he was a surprise.
Yeah. He did the big switch, went to Kuwait, did good for him. I think these are the physique that I like the most in the open.
Can we see Henry in Kuwait?
Kuwait. Well, I'm sure he's got his own thing going on here.
The Mr.
Batter didn't come yet.
Mr. Olympia Classic, it was really close. In prejudging on Friday, I was shouting, "You for the win! You for the win!"
Would you like to hear from someone that was there?
Saturday, it didn't work out as perfect as we thought. What do you need to improve to win this year? What have the judges told you anything? What do they want to see to make you win the show?
Yeah, I didn't really ask some feedback about it because I pretty know, and I was very conscious of what happened. Okay. I think in the morning, it was a fair call in between me and George.
Yeah,
I think me and George were the most conditioned guys in the lineup.
More than Brian.
Brian was great. Brian was great. He was in great shape. Like I was saying, the bicep peaks, the legs, everything was balanced, nice. I think he could have been a bit sharper, especially, the rear, the glutes, the side of the legs and all that.
Really?
I think it could have been a bit better. But, being a champion, being as good as he was, I have to give it to him. There's no way I was about to pass him, or I'm not, pretending that I was better than anybody that day. But I think it was a close run. Bumstead was good as well. I think he could have been a bit sharper in the morning. I think in my opinion, I think me and especially Chris, we just nailed it that morning. We just went right spot on.
Personally, I was there. On the Friday, I think you peaked on the Friday, whereas Brian and Chris Bumstead definitely looked so much better on the Saturday. I mean, Brian always looks. I've seen him at the Arnold, I've seen him at the Olympia. He always looks good, but not that great on the first day. And then the second day, he pulls it out the bag. He just sharpens up, fills out. Chris Bumstead was a real shock. I had him maybe third or fourth. I had the first and second between you and Brian based on the Friday. I actually said on the play-by-play on MD, I said this is between Henri and Brian. And on the second day, Chris Bumstead came out totally transformed. And then George kind of slots in there as well. But it was, literally those top four. It all came down to how Brian and Chris really improved on the second day. But on the first day, I had first and second between you and Brian, and I couldn't decide who.
Yeah, well, like I said, George was also in a great shape, so it was between me and George and Brian. I'm totally agree with you on that first day in the morning. And you were asking me what was the difference in between, the Friday and the Saturday for me. I just, like I said, it was really, really hard for me going at 2:30. You wouldn't believe, guys, what I went through in that sauna, but it was really hard. And I never felt so weak after a show. I had a hard time walking from the backstage to the entrance of the venue that day. Right after, I kind of collapsed 2-3 times. I had to lay down. People were taking care of me, drink a bit of water, then calling Chris, what should I do, this and that. And I think my body was really need to drink and to eat and to get a bit more, a bit more alive. So I really ate a lot from that weigh-in on the Thursday until the Friday morning. So I think we picked it good for that morning. Yeah. And then I just spilled over a bit after because I really ate a lot to compensate. And after that, it was more for me about being, still alive and empty, compete than just, was just wonder about the shape. So from that morning that you saw me till the finals, for me, it was basically about just, staying healthy and staying in good shape and just being able to compete more than the look after. So this is why maybe I was looking a bit more off on Saturday. So
what's more important for you? What if you could plan it perfectly, would you want to peak on the first day prejudging or the finals on the Saturday, on the second day? Well, what would you prefer?
Actually, it's definitely Friday, but because I think, on a Saturday, there's always a second round checked. But, I think the main concern for me is always to show up at the prejudgment, because prejudgment is the first impact, the first look. This is where they're going to put you at and put you on. I had him first or second, seriously, on the judging, prejudging. But isn't it, I had Henri. Read the play-by-play on MD. I know. I had you first or second. But isn't it more important to look the best on Saturday? Because that's that's what Brian does. Yeah, Saturday is the last time the judges, as Phil Heath missed Saturday night. Yeah, but it's so close. It was enough for them to go, okay, then we'll move Brian and Chris ahead. That's what happened. You're totally right. I mean, both days are very important. The goal is to be sharp on both days. But for me, like I said, just going down in weight, the goal is to go the next day and to be full and nice and tight. But we took notes. So this year we do new changes, and of course. And knowing what we know from the past, if I can show up, at the weight and a good weight and prepare myself in a couple of days in advance to make sure everything's going to go in order, we always going to get, 2 good shows and 2 good show ups, because in the open, I have a lot of experience, and usually my look stays pretty much the same. It doesn't move much from the morning to the night.
Thing is, it's a completely different sort of prep. If you're classic and you've got to make a weight limit, you've got to do everything possible to look as good as you can, and not only make the body weight, but look as good as you can. So as an open, you've just got to show up as big and full and hard, and it's a completely different sort of prep. The protocols and everything, the way you dry out and fill out the last week, it's completely different. So it's new territory. So like you said, you've been making notes. So yeah, it's going to be interesting this year. Very interesting.
A question about George Peterson. Is he
Yes.
is he classic? You compete in classic. Is this something you think about? Does he have a classic look, or is he more a bodybuilder downsize? What's your opinion on this subject?
Yeah, a lot of people are focusing on that with George. I think George, frankly speaking, George has a bit more blocky look. He's fuller. He has those, popping shoulders, this mass, he's huge. And as I think it's Dave Palumbo that said it, and I totally agree with him. If we look at George muscle by muscle, piece by piece, this guy is unbeatable. His glutes are straight and tight. The legs are good. The biceps peak are incredible. His back. He's actually, I challenged him. I went to the Bev Francis a couple of weeks before the Olympia.
Yeah.
And I wanted to challenge him on a back shot.
Yeah, readable bicep.
Good back. Yeah. And
Henri got fantastic
he wasn't too pleased to do it with me. He didn't want to do it.
George backed down. Well, we're going to talk to him about that.
Backed it down. But that being said, George is a very humble guy. As you know, great person, and it was just a friendly, little battle. I try to put a bit of heat for the show, but especially from the back. He has one of the greatest back I ever seen in bodybuilding. And
but do you have a better back? Does George Peterson have a better back than you, or do you have a better back than him?
Actually, I'm gonna give you 2 examples of what I think of George's back.
Okay.
George's back, when you see him on the internet flexing, doing that contraction, and then spread out and all this thing. His lower lats are striated. I've never seen that, like I said. The last guy I seen was straight lats like that was Ronnie Coleman. I don't know if you remember that famous shot of Ronnie Coleman when he squeezed, and then he opens up, and then it's straight like that. That's the only thing that I've seen that you can compare. On stage, I think on stage that I have better back than him. George has that thing that when he flexes, sometimes you lose some pieces of him. His body's so good looking, but especially because you're talking about his back. But if you look at the back shot, me and him comparing on stage, you lose a bit of something in the posing, which posing I think for me is one of my biggest strengths.
Oh, you're fantastic poser.
So definitely from the back on stage, I think I could definitely get a better point than George for this one.
Okay. Are you a fan of 90s bodybuilding, given that the way your physique is put together?
Nathan?
No.
90s bodybuilding. Are you a fan of it?
Oh, the 90s. Yeah. Well, actually, this is a great question you're asking me, because I relate to that. I think if you look at these guys back then, their body was really sculpted. The look was great. I love the small waist, the V-taper, the roundness and the definition. I think this is what we lost a bit in bodybuilding through the years. So definitely, I wanna, if I could, just keep going in the same way I'm going right now, and promote that look, it'll be great. I love it. Yeah.
Good. What did you think about last year's Olympia then?
Well, Sean Roden, he was happy, huh?
Well, I want to hear it again. I want to hear overall.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're talking in the open.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there both days. Really close to the stage, and as everybody know, Phil showed up in a great condition. I think it was very close on that Friday night. And then Saturday night, he did a bit like me. I don't know what happened to him. He lost a bit of his, the rear hamstrings were a bit gone, a bit softer. Sean got better. It was a close battle. I'm just very, very happy for Sean, because knowing him personally and knowing the guy that he is, I'm just very happy that he made it. I'm very happy for Chris also, because Chris that weekend worked so hard to get everybody in their best shape. I'm just pleased that he won. He did well deserved for him. And I'm also happy that we put on a body that's pretty more that's more aesthetic, a body that people are embracing more, has an attainable look for the open. And I love that we're going that way in bodybuilding now.
Are you close friends with Sean Rodden?
Close, I wouldn't say like that close. Every show that I've been since Temper Pro, we got really close at the Temper Pro because I won the show. He was there. Yeah. So he was coached by Chris. Chris was telling me he was telling him to go come see me and push him some work. So we kind of hung up together. And the guy's just a great guy. And every time I go to Cali, also I try to maybe crack a training with him, and also Stamina. The French guy that's there too. He's a great guy. I think he's a great champion. He's a humble champion, totally different guy from Phil Heath. And I think Sean is a guy who's going to go far as a champion. He can also, because Sean is what now, 44, 45, I think?
44, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. So it's also very inspirational for me, being at the age that I am now.
Don't say.
So we're looking at someone who's past 40 years old, and for most of the bodybuilders, 40 years old is like the downfall, and Sean's just improved since he turned 40.
But we like Sean Rodden's physique. We really like to see some more interviews from him. A little bit more guest posing, and because he had a fantastic physique at this Olympia. But for us being Mr. Olympia, we just want to see a little bit more. You know what I mean? Do you have any?
I totally agree with you. Sean's a very low-key type of guy. Yeah. He's not the most extroverted type of guy as well. Yeah. You see him training in his, full gear tracksuit like all year round. Either he's 2% body fat or 18% body fat. Yeah. He's still in the same tracksuit. And I think it's just what I respect a lot about people in general and people in life. Just to be true, and just to be who they are. And I think Sean's not that. He's not a Phil Heath. He's not a type of guy. He's not flashy at all. He's very conservative. He's a family man. A great guy, like I said. So for me, I wouldn't like to see Sean being not who he is. Trying to just promote and just to, he's a great ambassador for who he is, for the sport, for who he is. Look at Ronnie Coleman. Each individual have, their own character. I think Phil was maybe a bit more about, the like I said, the flashy look and, a bit more controversial, and it's good for the show. It's good for the promotion. And we all agree on that because we're all in sports of business still at the end.
That's very important.
So
yeah.
So the Olympia this year, what is your top 5 in what order?
In the open?
Yeah. Yes. Given with what we know right now.
Top 5. I was
give it.
I liked Rolly Winkler. Rolly was good. Rolly Winkler was good. I don't know. Well, actually, I know, or I don't know what happened with Ramy that year.
No, what do you think is going to happen this Olympia?
What's your top 5?
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Okay, top 5 this year.
5.
I would love to see Sean again winning.
Okay.
Okay. I know Phil's not competing. Ramy's not competing.
You know that, do you?
Yeah.
You know Phil's not competing?
I think, from what I've heard, I don't know if it's true. I should rephrase that. From what I've heard.
Watch this space.
But he looks good. He looks good. Well, we never know. But let's say he's not there. Yeah. I would love to see. Either Brendan Curry.
Yeah.
coming in second.
Yeah.
Rolly, if Rolly can come in a great shape, great condition, like he did, that would be a great mark. Yeah, that would be a great mark for third. Fourth, I'm not too sure if if I'm a big fan of Nathan Diesha. We got together in Cali 2 years ago. He's a great guy, great physique, insane physique. When you see him in person, even more. I just think this year maybe he wasn't at his best, but he could definitely crack a top 5. And has a 5th place I'm a big fan of Dexter. You know, even Dexter, if Dexter is fast.
You have Dexter beating Bonac this year, huh?
Bonac is my bad. Bonac, he's a top. Bonac's a top guy. It's different for me, especially being a tall guy. You know,
That's what we said.
So William Bonac,
Speaking
I mean,
his
the
language.
212 would be maybe too easy for him if you put him in the 212.
Oh,
you
it
know?
will be lights out.
Yeah. So it's just a fact of being like, Bonac's in great shape. He could definitely crack a top 5, definitely beat Dexter, beat even Curry because of his mass. He looks to me, he reminds me of Kai Green, you know. So it's a different look. I'm more about, you know, aesthetic and shape looks than just a bit of a mass, but definitely Bonac should be there in the top 5 for sure.
May I just ask, which country are your parents from? Where's your originality? Yeah.
Originally, my dad's from Africa, Ivory Coast.
Okay.
And my mom is French. My mom is French from here, from Quebec.
Okay.
I'm born over here in Quebec. My dad just came in here like 45 years ago. He passed away now. But he's from Africa, so I'm a mix of African and French people from here.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had to do something quickly.
Just have to do something quickly.
No, it was a guest. Yeah, it's just someone to sort something out. Sorry, go on, carry on.
No, we were just talking with. I thought he was going to say he's from Jamaica, so we were Nathan.
Oh, because you get all excited.
Yeah, we get hyped.
That's what about it. I was going to ask you. You're Jamaican, right?
Yeah, Jamaican and Norwegian. Yeah.
Okay. Both of your parents, both?
Yeah, my mom is from Jamaica and my dad's from Norway.
Okay.
So I traveled to the UK. So it's that's why we call global muscle, you know.
I'm Welsh. No Jamaican in me.
So how long have you been with Nutrabolics, by the way?
Nutrabolics, I'm supposed to resign here in the next August. It's been 4 years. So when these guys are ready, crazy.
Wow, that's great having so long.
Yeah, exactly. And just as you just said, for so long, I look at people, you know, even the top guys in the open, they're switching from a sponsor to another one. I'm just really glad and blessed that Nutrabolic's been here for 4 years. They've been great with me. I traveled the world with them. I think it's important now because people are really, really focusing and I can't blame them on the contract and the big numbers and all that. But at the end of the day, depending what you do in life, depending, you know, what's your philosophy about life as well, I think for me, being with the good people that I can work with, but to also have fun with, it's pretty important. And I've been kicking it with these guys for 4 years now, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to resign for another 1 or 2 year at the end of August. Yeah,
it's great. We can tell you that they have a great representative in you. That's for sure. Well,
I'm glad you say that. I mean, you know, it's it goes both ways. These guys also are, you know, just right spot on. I'm always welcome. There's never a problem with them. Which is, like I said, very important now because you can grab any sponsor. People are doing promises and all that, but the respect and you know, it's for me a big value that I represent. A big value that I want to you know, cherish with people that I like. So if you respect your word and if you're well treated and you know, you can have the chance to travel the world, getting paid a decent pay. You know, why switch for better? I'm definitely liking these guys. These guys are great.
Are you friends with the other Canadian bodybuilders? The Canadian bodybuilding scene is really on the rise.
Yes.
Are you friends with some of the other Canadians? Is there somebody you are friends with or trained with, or is there a bond there, or how's that?
Yeah, well, the story about the French Quebec's mecca of bodybuilding started. Me and Antoine here, and you know Antoine
Vaillant.
Yeah, and we competed against each other like for forever in the regionals, the provincials, and even the nationals every year.
Who beat who?
The same gym.
What's your record against him?
Well, Antoine was a very, very big kid, being very young at that stage. I was competing in another division. And then we came up to one point in the provincials. We started to compete against each other. He beat me in the provincials. He also beat me at the nationals in the first year. And then, you know, I won the national the year after him.
Okay.
And then I think he took some year off after, since he started in his first year of bodybuilding in the pro. He took a couple of years off. He went through what everybody knows about what he had to do. He got back. I'm so proud of him. I have to give him a big shout out. I'm so proud of what he went through, and he got back in place. And actually, last year, I'm really now also good friends and good training partners also sometime with Regan Grimes.
Regan Grimes. Which class is he doing now?
He's going back to the Open.
Oh, wow. He didn't look great as a classic. I didn't like him as a classic. So I saw him with the Olympia, his legs were soft and he just didn't look right.
Yeah.
It didn't suit him.
The story with him, I think he went to the New York Pro last year, at first competing in the Open. And as you know, New York Pro was a huge class. Regan's a very competitive guy. He wants to win a show. He wants to do the Olympia. So going that show, seeing that I think that, he just realized that maybe for me, at the weight that he was, there was possible to go to Classique to get a qualification for the Olympia instead of being against like third, fourth, or fifth. This is a story also with me, competing in the Open. I did like 10 shows in the Open, which is nothing or more. And, I was always placing six, making the first call a couple of times. But, after 4 years, you're wondering, I want to do the Olympia. I want to be a champion. And it takes a lot.
But he's very young though, so he has a lot of
Henri beat Regan at the 2017 Tampa.
Yeah,
he did.
We competed against. The first show we did was Chicago together 2 years ago. He finished second. I finished sixth. Then we did the Vancouver. He did second. I did sixth again. And then we did the Tampa, and in the Tampa he placed I think fifth, and I placed third.
Yep.
We have once again Regan's a very great bodybuilder aesthetically. He's well balanced, always in great condition. I have a taller physique, a bit more like you said, inspired by the 90s. So it's always depending on the judging at that point. You want to see someone who's a bit more bodybuilder looking, a bit massive looking. I want to see someone who's more aesthetically pleased. It's at that point it's more about the judging. So we were like competing, like I said, you were around on each other's toes for all these shows. And when we switched to Classique, and I saw Regan also getting ready, and I clearly saw that he wasn't at his best, and he knew it. I think it was for him a bit too hard to come down in the weight. That weight limit is really hard for us, to just compete with and then compose with.
Some guys can get harder, like yourself. They can come in harder, drier. The waistline looks smaller, so everything just looks more magnified. And some guys, they just, like Regan, they just end up going a little bit flat and kind of the body just looks a bit depleted, which is how he looked at the Olympia. Whereas you retain all your lines, you retain your sort of aesthetics, the sharp lines, the condition, and you kind of looked every bit as good, if not more impressive and more aesthetic than when you were open.
I think so too. I was looking at the pictures, and I was just extremely ripped. And I was talking with some of my friend here, who's really actually, you named the guy the other time, Gregory Ulysse.
Greg Ulysses.
Yeah, Gregory Ulysses, He's another guy who I'm very tight with, here.
Okay.
Also, he helps out. He trained at Pro Gym, in the same gym as Khaled Chikawi, also, who's a classic bodybuilder. He's one of my good friends, too, here back in Montreal. I think just Regan showed up and had to make the weight. And sometimes, like I was telling you, when you try to go down in weight, you try to make the weight, and if you just focus on that, you're losing a bit more of the shape. And that's what happened at that stage at the Olympia, no more, no less.
Okay, Jay, do you want to finish off with any final questions?
No final questions, just good. As a taller guy myself, we're rooting for you to win this Olympia with George Peterson, my dad. We're friends with him too. But
joint first.
I hope it's you against George Peterson this Olympia. We're looking really forward to see you. And we can't wait to see you. And we're anticipating your routine also. I can't wait to see your routine.
Yeah, fantastic poser.
Because you're a great poser. And the best of luck to you. And you have a lot of fans out there in the world rooting for you, Henri.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's all my motivation. And definitely I'm going to give my best. And I'm preparing even a nicer routine than last year also.
Have you got any thank yous or shout-outs you'd like to finish off with?
Yeah, well, most definitely everybody that's helping me, Nutribolics, Chris Aceto. I'm also, I don't know if you knew, but I'm coach my training coach now for the past 2 years is Chris Cormier. Also.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So it's funny because he's training Brian, and then he was the first guy to wait for me at the exit from the backstage to drop in my arms and say, "Bro, look what you did," and we both shed a little tear over it. It was a really special moment. I wouldn't expect him to be there. Like when you have like George with Brian winning him, and he still coaches him.
Nice.
So Chris Cormier is a great guy. I want to thank him for his help. Like I said, Chris Aceto, everybody here in Laval. It's the support. Every time, everywhere I go. Bev Francis also. Every time I go there, Steve, all the team over there are very warm welcome, and I appreciate you guys. You guys put us on the map. You have a great show. Great promotion for bodybuilding, just a great thing to everything, is taking a part of it,
Thank you. Okay, then.
One question. Toronto Raptors, what's going on with them? Are they winning this year?
They're on the streak. I think they're going to win. I hope. There's a Toronto Pro Show next week, so I want to go see the Raptors and going to see the show at the same time. So if you have a chance to swing by, we can go see the game.
Well,
which sport is this?
It doesn't matter when you meet Golden State anyway. It's going to be...
They're
it's true,
Golden State fan. No, we the North. We the North. We do it here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Henri. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad we had. Sorry about our technical issues, which you won't know about, but sometimes we have these things going on behind the scenes. But the main thing is we got you on, and we got you for a great interview, and I'm really glad we got to give you some good exposure, and want to wish you all the best for the Olympia, mate. And you were honestly, I actually grabbed you. If you remember, I was with Ron Harris, and I ran up by the slot machines, and you were walking out towards the at the Orleans, and I grabbed you, and I said, I said, Henri, you don't know me, but you were the shock of the Olympia for me.
Oh, it was fantastic.
And you were like, okay, like who's this guy? Who's this funny British guy? And it was just, I just had to go up and say, because honestly, you were such a shock at that Olympia when he walked out, and I was like, wow, because switching him from the open to the classic, and he looked so good as a classic, which really surprised me. And it was a really exciting moment for that trip. So like I said, we want to wish you all the very, very best for the Olympia this year. So big thank you there, Henri, and hopefully get you on again maybe soon, maybe after you've won the Olympia, maybe we'll get you on again. And I'll be rooting for you, mate, and we'll be covering the MD, and we'll maybe grab you an interview in at Las Vegas as well. So yes, I want to wish you all the very best, Henri.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for having me. It was a real pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Henri. Take care, mate. Bye-bye.
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 Yep. So it's Henri Pierre versus George Peterson at the classic. Forgot all about Brian and but is Bumstead competing, by the way? Was this hernia thing?
He's had hernia,
kidneys and all this. What's going on there?
I don't know. I'll have to find out. I'll maybe reach out to him. But good guys.
Fantastic guy. One of my favorites.
I was just about to say he's one of your favorites.
One of my favorite guys. Classic guy. Well-mannered, very well-spoken.
Looks good. He looks healthy.
Handsome. Just fantastic.
Yes.
It's the guy we want to promote.
Yes. Swag.
Everything is just top-notch.
Just front wheelies on his motorbike.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm glad we sorted that out, because we wanted to get him on for a while.
I wish more people talked about him though.
Yeah, well,
he needs more hype, more publicity, more hype.
Well, he's a nice guy. Seems like a really nice guy, and these are the kind of guys you can get behind and really promote and push. And I
didn't want to defend Phil Heath in front of him, but I got a little bit when he went on about Joe Roden. I'm going home. No, great guy.
Yeah. Yes, and a lot of people say a lot of the pros who get to know Sean Roden speak very, very,
highly of him.
Very highly of him. So just wish he'd do more interviews. Maybe an interview like the ones we do on here on Global Muscle Radio. Remember Sean?
Do you think, one question, do you think it's better for Henri to just do the Olympia and peak for that?
No.
Or do you want to? What if he loses?
Warm-up show. It's
but what if he loses the warm-up show?
What do you mean?
It's not good going to Olympia with a loss.
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make how you look on the day is how you look.
The judges,
No, I disagree. I humbly disagree. No, I disagree. Well, thing is, he could go in it sort of how he's looking, say 3-4 weeks, 80%. Going, the thing is, get maybe first or second or whatever, God forbid, and then you can see, God forbid, then you can see how he's looking, and and then he can make tweaks with his coach Chris Aceto. And then they can fine-tune it for the Olympia, so he looks his absolute best. But also, what he was saying, peaking for this is what Breon does. Breon always peaks on the Saturday. This is what a lot of the Olympia champs do, apart from Sean Roden peaked on the Friday. And then he kind of not faded, but Phil got a little bit better on the Saturday. But it's interesting how he peaked on the Friday like Sean Roden did, and because the other two guys, Breon and Chris, pulled ahead so much and improved so much.
Did he say he had the better back than George Peterson, or did he not? It was what was that answer? It was
George is watching.
George
is watching.
Henri Pierre just honored this, called you out. George said he had a better back than you, bro.
George is blowing his knuckle dustles.
He said you didn't even want to give the post down in the gym.
Yeah, I'd say he's called him out.
No, he didn't.
Bit of a challenge. No. And they'll duke it out on stage. No, building hype for the Olympia.
Hype it up!
Fucking Olympia, man. Tell you what, honestly, last year, remember I said, I think I was messaging you. He was first or second. He was first or second at the Olympia last year in the judging.
Package.
Yeah. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And like I said, I remember I saw him. I was lucky enough to see him as an open when he took third at the Tampa Pro in 2017. And what a transition! So there's a guy who transitioned from open class to classic very successfully. And he's made a. He was
only thing that he needed to be. If he said he was Jamaican, that would make the icing on the cake.
Yeah,
but he wasn't.
Yeah, it'd be his coolness rating would go. Oh yeah, I'm at a 10% Norwegian as well, AJ.
No, great guy. Yeah. This is the guys we want to see more of.
Yeah, great guy. Okay, well we'll be right back after the break with our next guest of episode 21 of Global Muscle Radio.
High-tech pop media. We out.
We are out. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pop Media Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we're joined by IFBB professional Missy Farrell. Hey!
Hey guys.
How are you, Missy? And thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm good. How are you guys?
Very, very good. I've got to say, this is about the clearest picture I think we've ever had of any guest in Global Muscle Radio. So this is the first. So wherever you are, that's a very, very good internet connection. So
on Muscle,
sorry, a bit random.
On Muscle Development, we have a forum, and there we put out the question: which female do you want to be on Global Muscle that we haven't had on yet? And you were the name that popped up the most. So we're happy to have you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Cool. I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Thank you.
Cool.
So tell the people at home, who are you? Tell us more about yourself so people can get to know you better.
Introduce
yourself.
Sure. So I'm actually born and raised in Canada, and I moved to the United States in like 2016. I just got my green card last month, so I'm officially now like a permanent resident of the United States.
Congratulations.
Cool.
Thank you. I got engaged in October, and we're getting married in June, which
Fantastic.
I'm super excited
Congratulations.
about.
A big guy?
Yeah.
Matt something, isn't it?
Matt, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's at work right now, so he can't be here with us today. But yeah, he's a huge part of my life now, and I'm just, super happy to be a part of his. And he helps me a lot in the whole fitness area, so we make a good team.
Does he compete as well?
He doesn't, no, but he trains hardcore, and this is like our home gym. So
I was just about to say, I saw the leg press and I thought, oh, she's doing it in a gym, and then I looked to the left.
This is your home gym.
Hang on a minute, and then I saw a sofa, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, she got a leg press in her living room.
That's hardcore.
That's cool. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, we got a bunch of chest presses, a Stairmaster and everything. We go to the gym and stuff too, but on days when he has to stay at work later, he'll train down here, and I do all my fasted cardio here. So
fantastic. So where are you based in America then?
Seattle.
Oh, cool.
And you come from Canada?
Yeah, Ontario. So kind of more the East Coast.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to tell us about how you turned pro and the pro shows you've done?
Sure. So I turned pro in 2012 with the Canadian division, I guess. It was called the CBBF at the time. I think it's changed now when the IFBB did the whole like switch thing. Yeah. Now it's like the CPA, it's called. So 2012 is when I turned pro. I took like 2 years off, just, you know, figuring out life. I was young. And then I started competing again in 2015. So I won like the San Antonio Pro, which qualified me for the Olympia. I'm leaving out like a few shows, but my first Olympia showing was 2015. I placed last, but I've been able to kind of, you know, climb up in the rankings. And just this year, I placed third at the Arnold Australia. So that was pretty awesome.
Fantastic.
And then fourth in Ohio. So, you know, I've done my fair share of fitness shows in the IFBB, and I've slowly kind of branched off into figure now. So I'm excited about that.
You made the switch to figure in 2018, correct?
Yeah.
Why did you make the switch?
So I haven't really like done a permanent switch. I'm still competing in fitness and figure, but I just feel like I have a lot of like quad and glute development where I'm not getting like the recognition in fitness anymore for it.
No.
I've done like 3 figure shows now where I've placed top 3 in all of them, competing against like some of the top Arnold girls. So I like just figured, you know, let's see where I can go with figure.
Who did you beat and who did you place against in figure? Who did you go against?
So I did the Kentucky Muscle where I placed third. Her name is Brittany. She was at the Olympia this year. I forget her last name. And then another girl, Martina. She's from Vancouver, kind of north of me. And then I placed third to her. Heather Dees was fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just, there was like 40 girls at that show. So it was pretty cool.
Do you prefer prepping for figure now? Because the thing is with fitness, you've got to kind of have the physique for the obviously the bikini round, but you also have to put together incredibly complex routines. Do you which do you prefer now?
Yeah, I really enjoy both, but figure you can still train like really hard, and you don't have to worry about falling on your head and getting hurt during a routine practice, or you know, you're not as depleted. You're still eating fair amount of carbs and the times of day when you can train. Like with fitness, I'm doing fasted cardio, training, stretching, routine practice, then another cardio session. So it's like all day. And then plus my part-time job too. It's like, it's definitely harder.
So what's your background what was your background for the fitness? Is it a background in dance or gymnastics or?
Yeah, gymnastics and cheerleading.
Oh, wow.
That's what I did growing up.
So what are the plans for this year then?
So this year, I've already started my prep for the Olympia for the fitness division.
Okay.
And I just really want to focus on that right now. So like, obviously when you're training for a fitness show, it's still like as if you were training for figure too. Like you're still, you know, lifting heavy, doing all of your fasted cardios. But it's, I just want to make sure that I'm putting all my eggs into the fitness division right now.
Right.
And then after the Olympia, I'll do a figure show. I believe the border states is like in October. So I'll hold conditioning until then.
Yeah.
And do that.
Have you been interested in bodybuilding growing up? Was it female bodybuilders or was it men's bodybuilders that first got your attention when you were when you came up in the scene?
Yeah, so it would definitely be the male bodybuilding, and I actually can like remember the time of my life. My older brother and I were working at a gym, and he was really big into like, you know, Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman and just like the OGs of bodybuilding. And he would always be watching the YouTube videos. And then I kind of got into it, and he's like, "Miss, why don't you try like doing fitness?" And I'm like, I don't know, like 17, 18 years old. I'm like, so then I'll have to like stop cheerleading and, you know, really focus on like dieting and everything. And he's like, just try it. So he showed me like Adela Garcia and Jennifer Hendershot's like videos.
I was just going to say Adela Garcia. Something popped into my head. I said, I bet one of her favorites is Adela Garcia. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. She's a legend. She's like 8-time Miss Olympia.
8 times was it?
Miss Olympia. So, you know, I started watching her videos, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to do this. This is like my this is like where I want to take my life. So, you know, I finished schooling and I went to school to be a police officer. So I finished that in Canada. And then I just started hitting all the shows. Like, I think it took me, I don't know, maybe a year to get my pro card in Canada.
Only a year.
So, yeah, it was a good time for me.
So are you part-time police now, or?
No. So when I moved to America, it's really different in America. You know, everyone has guns. Like, it's not saying it's not as safe as Canada, but you don't know. So I just figured when I moved here, like, I need to do something. I need to do something where, like, there's going to be jobs and it's going to be safe. So now I'm a part-time phlebotomist at a hospital.
Oh, okay. You're not a shark hunter then?
Sorry?
Not a shark hunter. No, look in the background.
Oh.
There's a lot of pictures of sharks in the background. And
that's some bad British humor. She was like, what?
No, I'm saying, look, what is the obsession with sharks? I'm just completely distracted by the sharks.
No. So my fiance, he does like shark diving and stuff. So we're into that.
See?
Our honeymoon.
And
the whole wall.
Also, I'm actually a bit psychic. And I think, I'm actually psychic, guys. And your husband, I think one of his favorite bodybuilders is Dorian Yates. How
did you know?
I don't know where I get this from. It was a gift. It's actually a gift I was born with. There's a picture of Dorian Yates in the background. AJ gets it now. No, see, he's from Norway. I'm from UK, you see. So there's a bit of a crossover with our humour.
Right.
Go on, AJ, over to you.
So where can people see more of you? Because I saw you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Yeah, so I've just kind of like started to branch off into YouTube. My Instagram following is very organic. It's a lot of like Canadian people I've met along the way and like Americans. Nothing is like bought. All
That's exactly. Like, you don't buy your followers, do you?
Yep.
No.
Thank God for that.
We got a problem with that. A lot of people buy their followers, so you get blind. You think they're huge, but they're so you're doing organic.
Right, exactly. And I'm trying to put out good content that like females can use, you know, as they kind of go on their fitness journey. And I'm really trying to focus on growing the fitness division for the MPC and the IFBB. So I'm making like basically free tutorials on my YouTube how to do fitness skills, which has taken me like a decade to kind of learn how to do these tricks.
Okay.
But I'm showing it for free on my YouTube. So
okay. What's your YouTube channel called?
It's Missy Farrell.
I tried that low-carb pizza thing, but it didn't work for me.
Oh, no.
I tried to cook. It was like, no, hell no, man. I ain't doing all that. That was too hard, man. That was too hard. Okay.
So what about outside interest, outside of bodybuilding and fitness? What do you do in your spare time?
So my fiance and I, we play softball on a co-ed league on Sundays.
Okay.
Like, absolutely love it. It's taken me, I've done it for like 2 years now, but like just the whole like swinging the bat and like running. I'm not good at throwing or anything, but I'm really powerful. So I'll hit like bombs and like guys won't even like just like fly like right past their head. So it's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
So where do you think you're going to compete in 2 years? Will it only be figure, or will you keep doing fitness? What do you think? You're going to switch all the time? You're going to... Because sometimes fans want to see you in one thing, so we can root for you in one thing.
I've seen other competitors do 2 classes.
Okay,
before.
so what do you think? Where's your passion the most, figure or fitness?
Yeah. Ooh, that's like a really hard question because it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm just all over the place with it. Right now, for this year, it's 100% fitness. Like, I'm at the top of my prime. Like, I feel like I have a really good shot at winning some shows this year and, you know, even placing like top 3 at the Olympia. I was 4th last year.
Yeah.
So if I can bring a better routine, which I know I can, I'm working with Tangi Johnson. She's
Tangi.
The legend, yeah.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So she's helping me with my routine, and I just feel like if I can bring a tighter package, better routine, I have a really good shot at the Olympia. So this year, 100% Olympia. And in the years to come, we'll see what happens.
Do you follow the men's bodybuilding nowadays?
A little bit, yeah. Not so much. I'm just, it sounds bad, but I'm like so focused on myself that I just try, like, it's hard to kind of,
So,
you know.
who did you have? Sean Roden or Phil Heath?
had Phil Heath.
But it's funny you say about the the focus on yourself. There's actually a lot of open male bodybuilders that kind of have that mentality because they might be the only bodybuilder in their area, and they kind of a lot of them kind of some are fans and some aren't. They just turn up and they do their own thing, and they're very much in their own kind of bubble, and and about their self improvement. And it's funny when you speak to like the pro athletes and they kind of don't follow the other aspects of the sport,
Right. There's like a handful of people that I actually follow on social media. One would be like Jay Cutler, Dorian Yates, Heather Dees I follow. There's a few other figure girls. But I don't, it's really hard once you're like kind of focused on yourself to keep comparing and looking at everyone else's stuff. You've got to like stay in your own lane and kind of just.
Did you see Dorian Yates' new tattoo he got yesterday? Did you see? Because I noticed you got a bit of ink on your hand, and I thought Dorian's just had a huge tattoo put on his back. So
fitness competitors, you are the one who use a lot of time into your practice, a lot of training. And we don't see you so much on Instagram and social media, things like this. What's your opinion that there's so much focus on bikini and things like that? What's your take on this?
I mean, any publicity for our industry is good, so I'm all for it. Promote bikini, promote the wellness division. I think it's all good, but I definitely think the fitness girls, we do work really, really hard. Back in the day when bodybuilding just started growing, it was men's bodybuilding
and fitness
and women's fitness.
That's right.
And then, figure and bikini came and the classic division. So it's always been bodybuilding and fitness. So it would be nice if we had a little bit more support with it. But, that's why there's people out there like Whitney Jones. She's doing a bunch of things to promote fitness. I'm trying to with my YouTube channel. So if we can all kind of like come together and just like kind of flood like Instagram and YouTube, hopefully we'll get some more girls in our division.
Well, the good thing about fitness is it's not just based upon how you look, it's about what you do on the stage. Whereas bikini and figure are kind of, figure's kind of quarter turns. Bikini is a completely different class, but it's very visual. But fitness is more of like, it's more of a spectacle.
All around.
Yeah.
For sure. It's very much an entertainment division. It's how you can engage with the audience. Like Oksana, she's one of the best performers in the whole industry. And she's still doing her thing, going to shows and doing guest appearances.
Who's the best fitness?
That's what
I knew. I could see what he was thinking.
Who's the best fitness athlete of all time? Who is it?
What that guy said.
You can only name one person. One person. Who's the best?
Missy Farrell.
No. That takes some time. That's too early.
Missy Farrell.
No. You okay, Giles? Your blood sugar is.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah. So who's the best?
Too much green tea.
Okay, so in my opinion, the best is going to be Adele Garcia.
It has to be between Adela and Oksana, really, because
I like the Michael Jackson routines Oksana did, though.
Don't remember that one.
Yeah, they're so tied.
So dominant.
Can I take that back? Can I do both of them?
Yeah, but those two are so dominant.
They were good.
They were like the Ronnie Coleman of the fitness,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we just wanted to have you on because the MD audience really wanted you to be on, and we saw your pictures and saw what you've done, and we were really.
And also, Goon was the one who really alerted me to Missy. He actually sent me pictures.
Goon Griffin,
This was Chris Griffin, Goon, and he sent me photos a couple of months ago, and he said, "Get this girl on the show." He said, "She's really, really good. She's on the rise. She could win the Olympia, this girl." So big thank you there to Goon there for alerting us to you, Missy. Yeah, thank you.
No, we just wanted to have you on, promote you a little bit, and fantastic personality. I hope the people at home follow her on. What's your Instagram?
At IFBB Missy Farrell.
What's your YouTube account?
It's Missy Farrell.
Missy Farrell, right? Yes. Okay, Missy. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and wish you all the best, and looking forward to seeing you at the Olympia this year. So improve on that. So hopefully improve on that 4th place.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate this support.
All right, then, Missy. Take care, and we'll see you in Las Vegas.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 There we go. Wow.
Exciting fitness girl.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Really nice. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I sound like Borat there, didn't I?
Lovely teeth. Lovely teeth.
Cool look, fresh.
Yeah. Healthy.
Serious.
Yeah.
In a good relationship.
Classy. That's what I like.
Gym in the living room.
I know. I was like, oh, she's doing this in the gym. This is very good Skype for the gym. And then I looked to the left and I saw the chair and I thought, oh, where is she? But that's cool. Yes.
So definitely a girl to keep your eye on.
Yep. And congratulations on getting married soon. So yeah, as well. Another little something else. So yeah, it's good because that's our first fitness girl, isn't it?
Minna Pojati.
Oh, Mina, of course. Yes, of
Come
course.
on, you
That's our
forgot
second.
about Minna? Hello.
Sorry, it's been a long day today, mate. You know, it's been a lot of guests and yeah.
Great energies he had. Great energy.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's nice because once you kind of connect with these athletes, it's always nice to sort of follow their careers then and see how they do. And obviously, when the fitness girls are on now at the Olympia, I'll be looking out for Missy, and it'll be it's nice to follow and see how they progress.
It's nice also how she said doing her Instagram organically, and on the YouTube channel. It's not about what can I say? Sexualization. No, it's like content, to learn things and.
Oh, you mean like educational?
Yeah. It's a purpose for it, you know.
Yeah, she's it's good to give because that's something Wesley Visser said. He's that's why he said is responsible for his growth of his YouTube channel. Is the fact that he gives so much information. He gives tutorials, he gives instructionals, rather than just, look at me, this is what I do, this is who I am. This is about giving to the next generation coming up in the fitness class. And I think that's so important because these are the top people in the industry. These are the leaders. And it's important to pay it forward for the next generation to come through to keep those classes thriving.
Missy on the rise.
Missy Farrell on the rise. Okay, we're going to be right back after this ad break with our very next guest. And we are out. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Media Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we're joined by the new York Pro winner Jessica Reyes Padilla.
Fantastic result.
Yeah, fantastic. How are you feeling? That was very sneaky of you doing the New York Pro at the very last minute.
Yeah.
You guys as happier as I am right now by winning this New York Pro show. Last year I got second place, but this year I just work to get that first place this year because I couldn't stay with that second place from last year. So I did whatever it takes just to be the winner of this show 2 days ago.
Fantastic. As you can see, Jessica's actually at the airport because you're going back home to
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So we've got Jessica for maybe just a quick 10 minutes before she boards. So
are you doing the Puerto Rico Pro, by the way?
Come on, I think that face says it all.
Guys.
There you go. Oh, she's showing us her
T-shirt.
Yes.
This next weekend. So.
Oh, fantastic.
More about this girl over here. We are not done yet.
So be honest now. When did you actually know you were going to do the New York Pro? Because you told us a few days before that there was a pretty good chance you were going to do the New York Pro. When did you actually decide that you were going to do that show?
Well, the thing was, I was getting ready for the Puerto Rico Pro show, right?
Oh, right.
Because it was in my hometown. But thanks to my metabolism and the great job that Andrew Vu, my coach, have been doing with me for the past month, we get ready more than in the time that earlier than what we expect. So he told me listen, you could do New York Pro. It's just a week and you're ready. So do you want to do it? And I'm like, why not? So that was part of my plan on the beginning, but I didn't want to stress my body by thinking about a time. So I was just working for Puerto Rico, but then I get ready sooner, and I had the chance like to do the New York Pro. So.
But in fairness, you did say to us when we had you on the show a few episodes ago, you did say you were planning on doing 5 shows. So you've done the Arnold Classic, you won the Arnold Australia, you've just won the New York Pro, so that's 3. So I'm guessing the next
Puerto
2,
Rico Pro is going to slam dunk it.
as my learned colleague says, she's going to slam it.
Yeah.
And obviously the Olympia.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We are getting to that. We are so excited. And I'm just like living the moment. I'm taking the moment that I have right now. I think that we have been doing like a really good job, and that this will help me really good in my career, and also to get ready for the Olympia. That is the most important show. So we are gonna close with Puerto Rico next weekend, and then just have a few weeks for myself, and then get back to Rumble.
Have you felt the difference these last months, Jessica? There's a lot of hype around you now. We see you being on different radio interviews, tons of more. You got new sponsors. You got a lot of more Instagram following. Can you feel the difference in the last 6 months?
Yeah, it's been really excited because finally I'm living like the moment of so many sacrifice that I did at the beginning. So it's like it's still a lot of work because obviously you got the sponsors, you need to promote, and you need like to do like a lot of interviews, the social media. But I'm just enjoying every single moment that I have because I know that this is not gonna be forever. But this is my moment, and I want to like live it in 100%. So I'm doing whatever it takes.
Good. What's been the highlight for you since winning the Arnold Australia?
Excuse me?
So what's been the highlight of what's happened to you since winning the Arnold Australia? The best thing that's happened to you? Because I've seen a lot of different stuff on your social media. You've been on TV. You've been given awards and been at sports events. And so what's been the best one? What's been the best one?
We are working on something that you guys would know later on.
Oh, God.
What award did you get?
I'm working on doing things for my own and have my own product and my own thing. So you will know. You will know sooner.
Okay.
What award did you win?
Now.
What award did you get, Jessica? What was that award for? We saw on your Instagram you got an award for something. What was that for?
What?
We saw you got an award, like a trophy for something. What was that award for?
Was a recognition that that my country did for me, being the first Latina ever to win an Arnold competition. So the senators and everybody they were like to give me a recognition for that.
Wow!
So it was like really really nice.
That was special.
Brilliant. So do you feel fresh? The fact you've done, we're coming up to your 4th show now of the year. Do you still feel good? Do you still feel like you've got plenty of energy to go for that Olympia title this year?
Oh my God, of course. Like I told you, I used to do 7, 8 shows.
Wow.
Last year I did 9 shows and still got 4th place at the Olympia. So my body is my body is used to it, and that's I think that's what makes me kind of different because I used to be a warrior. I my body can react really good even though I do a lot of shows. So I'm just playing with it and taking advantage of it because it's like I used to it. I'm not like other girls that they just do 1, 2 shows per year. I'm used to do 6, 7, 8 shows. So I'm just like ready for it. My body's ready for it.
Good. Are you looking to bring a different look for the Puerto Rico? Because, I mean, from the Arnold, the Arnolds, you were not softer, but you weren't quite as hard as when you won the Arnold Australia. You were very, very good condition at the New York Pro. Are you going to go for more condition, or are you going to come for a slightly softer look for the Puerto Rico?
Like, if you've seen, I have been like bringing like different packages. Of course, it depends on the shows and it depends on what they're looking for. Like, for example, in this show, I look completely different from the Arnold.
Yeah.
I got more condition at the Arnold. So I know that over here, like we were like, they were like looking for more like a full round shape. So that's what we brought to the stage. But definitely in Puerto Rico, I want to look like as best as ever. So I'm trying to get more condition this time.
Do you know any of the girls that go into Puerto Rico? Do you know if there's any really good competition going in?
I don't know. I don't even think of it. I'm just looking, doing myself all the time. I just focus on me.
Yeah.
All the time, 100%.
Okay.
I know like some of the girls that they were like the New York Pro, they're going, but I'm not sure like who else is going. So
yeah. So what about the Olympia? What's your goals for the Olympia this year then?
Oh, hello.
No, I want to ask Jessica. I want to hear it from the lady.
She's laughing at you.
I want to hear it from the ladies' mouth. I want to hear her say those words.
Okay.
I want to hear her say it. Sound like you know.
You want to hear her say
Where did that come from? Sorry, Jessica.
Yeah.
Sorry, over to you.
Yeah.
like for me, it's been like really, really excited that people have been supporting me and having me in a really, really good placement for the Olympia, and they're really happy. That's what I really enjoy the most, that people are really happy for me. Like in New York Pro, that were like telling me like, you should have won last year, but you did it this time. It wasn't no way that you couldn't win this show. And they were like really, really happy about me. And not just because of the great outlet, they always have been telling me that you are really a good representative of the bodybuilding industry, and you figure like your category as a figure. So for me, that's priceless, because I count with the people's support and their love. They love me, and they show that love by supporting me and texting me and sending me messages, and also going to the shows just to see me and take a picture with me. So that's unique. That's really special.
So that's what's motivating you to do as many shows and to do as well for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's like, it makes me like, even that sometimes you don't have that much energy to keep going and you feel tired, but always in the right time I receive like different kind of messages from my fans and from the people that they supporting me. And they pushing me. They push me. Like sometimes it's like, okay, I'm not even feel like doing it by myself, but I'm gonna do it for them, And I'm really excited, and I want to like keep like representing my Latino people, and of course that is why I'm doing the Puerto Rico Pro Show. It's like, since Hurricane Maria, we didn't have like a pro show there or an NPC because of what happened, and this year, like thanks to Team Garner Production, we are going to have this huge show in Puerto Rico next weekend with all the categories. Can you imagine? Like all the bodybuilding.
Brilliant.
Tim Gardner is doing a great job.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah, right.
It's going to be amazing. And how can not I will be part of that.
Yeah. And become the champion as well.
That'll be the third win of the year so far.
Plus, I need to defeat my title.
Yeah, oh, yes, of course. Yeah. Okay, do you want to finish off with any final before we let Jessica catch her plane?
Since I saw you last year, I was like, this is the girl that should be representing the title. You had a great year. We're really proud of you. All the good feedback we get when you're on the show.
Go, Jessica.
And all the muscle development forums. You are definitely the most popular female right now that we have in the entire IFBB Pro League almost.
Yeah.
We're really proud of you. You're showing what a champion looks like. Compete all the time. So positive. We just love seeing you succeed. And we'll be rooting for you this Olympia and next weekend, by the way.
And we love it when you send us dancing videos.
Oh, we love the dancing video. Oh, those dancing videos. Oh.
Yes. AJ like that.
You like it too. Yeah.
You guys get ready for me to be there in person and do the interview.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Well, I'll
This
tell you
Olympia.
what. Yes, myself and AJ are going to definitely interview at the Olympia,
Yep.
and then we're all going to the pool party afterwards.
Doing my best.
Yeah.
And I honestly have been doing changes, and a lot of good changes are coming, even though the way that I'm going to start working out.
Brilliant.
And even thinking of moving out from Puerto Rico to do my Olympia prep. Maybe New York, maybe Miami.
Norway.
I think that it would be like the best for me to make the improvements that I need. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really, really, really good.
All right, Jessica. Well, I can hear all the noise in the background at the airport, so I'll let you go. But we just wanted to get you on quickly as a follow-up to congratulate you for winning the New York Pro, your second Pro win of the year. And we are absolutely rooting for you, not just for Puerto Rico, but for the big one, the Olympia.
And the fans want to see some muscle, Jessica. Before we go, we want to see some muscle, Jessica. Yeah, that's what we want. The fans want to see.
Yeah. All right then, Jessica. Well, have a safe flight and.
And I will keep you posted, of course, as always. Thank you for so much love.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you soon. Speak to you soon. Oh,
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yes. Yep. Jessica, yes. New York.
Australia.
Arnold, she was actually third at the Arnold Classic.
That was a mistake. Should have been second or one.
Yeah. That was against Sydney Gillen.
Who's that shorter girl got second?
Naomi Watts.
Is it?
I've got Naomi Watts in my head.
Don't remember. She's like really short, and she got second.
Shredded legs. Yeah, she was. I forgot her name now. I put me on the spot. Yes, so she got third at the Arnold Classic. She won the Arnold Australia. She was. That's why I commented about the different looks, because she was a little bit harder for that. It was almost like a physique look, but they liked it, so she won. The New York Pro. She's obviously won that. I'd be very surprised if she doesn't win the Puerto Rico. And now, there's no Candice Keane at the Olympia this year, and I honestly see it coming down the Olympia figure. I see it coming down to Sydney Gillen, the two-time Olympia. She's won the Arnold Classic, and Jessica. Two completely different sorts of physiques. One's very tall, one's very short.
And what's also
short? Sorry,
it's nice to see in Puerto Rico when you win Arnold Classic, you get a award from the mayor.
Yeah.
In America, when you win the Mr. Olympia title, you don't even get a cake at Gold's Gym.
Oh yeah. Well.
Come on, man! America, step it up.
Yeah, step it up, guys. Okay. Well, we wanted to get Jessica on there just to congratulate her, and obviously build some hype for the Olympia.
I wish I was in female bodybuilding, figure. Female physique.
Yeah. Milan Shadek is doing that show next week.
No bikini.
Yeah.
There might be bikini. I just said it.
Well, I think a lot of the Tim Gardner shows, he has all the pro classes now. And some of them, doesn't he? The Puerto Rico, the Chicago, is it? And the Romania.
And one more. I'm not sure what it's.
It's not Tampa. Actually, there might
Rising Phoenix Suns show. What's it called again?
Is that every class, though?
We have to get Tim Gardner on.
Yeah, let's get Tim on. I like Tim. Yeah, Tim.
No, that was Jessica.
Yep, okay. Well, yes, that was Jessica Reyes Padilla, the pride of Puerto Rico.
You sound real Spanish there, bro.
Did you see it in the show? I was going, show me.
¿Cómo está el Gils?
I was channeling.
Muy bien.
I was channeling.
¿Y tú?
What?
I mean, that's Spanish, bro.
Oh,
okay.
I was channeling AJ then when I was towards the. I asked her a question. I actually felt like you just stepped into my body for a.
Why did you ask her if she wants to prep in? Nobody wants to prep in Norway. The police come right away.
She's got you as a motivator. You can train her.
No. The police were arrested for being too jacked, like they did to Tony Freeman.
Yeah. Oops! Stop touching the mic. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, we're all the way behind you, Jessica. We love you, and we. interview at the Olympia, and then we got partying with her and everyone, all the
We're
team.
going to play some
Phil
Jennifer Lopez that night when she wins the Olympia, that's for sure.
I'll even dance to that.
No, that's a good one.
Okay, we'll be right back after the break with our next guest on Global Muscle Radio. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pop Media Studios. Joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway. And we're joined by...
Hall of Famer, legend.
What's his name? Jose Raymond.
Jose Raymond.
Jose.
Wow, you look young, Jose.
Yeah, I think he's had a shave.
You look young.
That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Just fat.
Just fat.
How's the injury? How did the surgery go? How's your health?
Awesome. I can do deadlifts and everything again.
Oh, wow.
I can do bent rows. I can, do everything I couldn't do for the last 2 years. So I feel great. Haven't been pushing the cardio or anything. I'm a little over 230 right now, so I'm a fatty. But I'm going to get going so when I show up at the Olympia, I'll at least be resembling an ex-bodybuilder.
But
biggest guy in the audience.
But since you can train again with no pain, is there any chances of a Jose Raymond comeback?
I seriously doubt it, but I'm going to train hard. That's the only way I know.
But
so
you said but?
If there were a miracle that my body were to rebound and look like a professional bodybuilder, then it's not completely out of the question. But right now, I got my mind on other things.
Are you enjoying your training again, though? Back, obviously, full pelt.
Yeah, well, I'm not full bore going yet.
Okay.
But I can just tell you that I can do just about everything pain-free now.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
I haven't trained regularly in over 6 months now.
Okay. How many days a week do you train now?
0.
So it's going well then.
It's going great.
I train people in the gym, and I work in with them, and do some light sets, and I'm still very strong. I'm doing deadlifts with 225 like it's nothing.
Even I can deadlift 225.
Right, but it was painful to do it before.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm strong, and I can do everything.
Yeah, I was a joke actually. I thought you meant pounds, not kilos. Sorry, terrible joke. Sorry. Anyway, okay then. New York Pro.
Yes.
How did it go, mate? How did it go? Give us the lowdown.
Give us the.
It went. Did you guys see it?
Jose. Okay, so I live in Norway, so we follow the sport closely there also, and the amount of DMs I got asking what the hell is going on in the 212 class. What's your opinion? I wasn't there. Giles wasn't there. So that's why we want an expert opinion. You're a 212 champion. You were at New York Pro. What's your opinion about the Eduardo versus Ashkenani 212 New York Pro class?
Well, first and foremost, I don't ever want to disrespect anyone. This has nothing to do with Ashkenani. He's a great guy, great competitor. But I, in no way, shape, or form, had him winning.
No, that's what we thought too.
I thought it was a blowout by Eduardo. Eduardo had shape, condition, crazy condition, and enough muscle, It's not like he's small.
No.
He has a few, issues, obviously the tricep, but it was not in any way enough to hold him back from winning in my eyes. I was quite dumbfounded, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. In New York is notorious for being a freak show. The big guys always win. The biggest freak of the day usually wins there. So I'd say if it were any other show, Eduardo would have won. But because it's New York, I think that's kind of the way it went.
I've seen the score sheets, but I don't know whether it was cropped to or something, but I didn't see the first place scores. I could see everybody else's, but there was a couple chopped off where they'd obviously cropped it. What were the because I can't imagine that Ashkenani got a clear score on that.
Well, from what I heard, Eduardo got a few third place votes.
Third?
Well, who's second?
So you guys weren't there. Prejudging started off, and they had Ashkenani in the middle,
Yeah.
and then a guy named Kerith Bajo, who ended up in third.
Third, yeah.
And then Eduardo on the other side of him. At no point did Eduardo stand next to Ashkenani till the very last pose.
What?
Yep, they did everything. They did front double, front lat, side chest, side tricep, ab and thigh. Then they called Eduardo next to Ashkenani, called the most muscular, and said, "Thank you very much, gentlemen." That was it.
Really?
That was the only pose they stood next to each other, which is super frustrating to me because, as you know, I once didn't stand next to him either.
Yeah.
And, I didn't understand it. I mean, I just don't. I think he should have been next to him for every pose. Now, at the finals, nobody in my eyes was even close to Eduardo and Ashkenani.
Okay.
So they should have had a final call out of Eduardo and Ashkenani.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They had a final call out of 4. So it was kind of confusing. Like the other guys weren't close in my eyes.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against them, but I thought it was close enough that you should have just narrowed it down to those 2 and really took a good look at it. And that's the way it went. I definitely wouldn't have had it the way it was, and I was sitting in the exact row as the judges.
Yeah.
I was to the left of them, so it wasn't really a visual thing. I have good eyesight. The lighting was terrible for everyone, but Eduardo seemed to blow past the lighting.
Yeah.
He could have been posing in the dark, and you could see he was nasty.
Yeah. 2 things. I have seen Eduardo a tiny bit dry and a bit tight. I mean, I've seen him, remember the 2012 British Grand Prix that you did? And I remember that you and Eduardo were, I remember saying actually in the play-by, I said, that is as good condition as anyone, as any athlete can get. That was like the lifetime best condition I saw you and Eduardo in. So, but even at 95 or 96%, or whatever you want to call it, he still is like ridiculously conditioned. But how was the tricep noticeable?
It wasn't unless you were looking for it. His left arm is slightly smaller than his right arm, but it's still crazy striated. It's still, and he knows how to pose around it. So when he does his side tricep, he uses the other one.
Yeah.
He did a lot of twisting shots in his routine, so you really couldn't zone in on it. Both biceps are very good. So it wasn't a big enough deal for me to say that he lost.
How was the crowd reaction?
Oh boy, it was loud.
New York.
I think half of Brazil was there because it was deafening boos.
It was, huh?
Really?
But, again, as an athlete, I feel bad that Ashkenani had to stand up there. And, it is what it is, especially in New York. It's a loud crowd.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Vocal.
And
Very vocal.
people were disappointed. It was very vocal, very loud. And, I'm sure it felt good for Eduardo to get some love.
Yeah.
He still was in second place, so.
Did you see? Did you know anything about this Kerith before the New York Pro this weekend?
Oh yeah, I followed him for a while. I've actually spoken with him many times. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a short guy. He's about my height, and he's very round and thick. But he's still not 100% conditioned. He was decent, and he still needs some more size. I don't think he was over 200 pounds.
Oh wow. Okay, short.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very short. And he still could have been harder.
What about the gyno though?
Yeah, that's what I want to ask.
Gyno. That was
Yeah,
very,
well,
we saw pictures in the lineup and I went, wow, look at that guy. And then when I zoomed in, I went, whoa, that is bad gyno.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on how that should be dealt with in terms of placing?
Should you place top 3 with those type of gyno, in your opinion?
That's what I'm getting at.
Probably not.
Mark him down.
No. But, unfortunately, a lot of guys don't have the money. You got to drop 10 grand to get that done.
10,000.
Yeah, if you go to the right doctor, you do.
What about okay, you're talking about cure and fix. What about prevention, if you know what I mean?
Well, he's past prevention. That's
No, but how to I'm just trying to work out what led to that, because I would, we all know how to prevent that.
Well, here's the thing, sometimes before you know it, it's there. And then it's, I know from experience, I could just look at a bottle and grow a B cup, you know. And the minute I did it, it was too late. So I had, at the time in 2010, I had to spend $8,000. Luckily, I won a few shows that year.
Yeah.
And I, with a good company that I got bonus money from, so I was able to afford it, and I never had a problem again.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was the greatest thing I ever did, and I highly advise it to anyone who's on the fence, because once you reach that point, I mean, this thing's the size of a golf ball, and believe it or not, gyno is much worse than it looks. So it may look bad, but when they go in there, it's twice as bad.
Oh, really?
It grows a tail all the way up into your armpit. It's awful. So
it's like an alien.
Yeah, it's really bad. So he's got to get rid of it.
Yeah,
he's got a beautiful physique, though.
Oh, what a physique! I mean, I would have had no argument with him winning if he. I mean, based upon the photos, no.
Yeah, he's good.
Very good.
Yeah, his legs are outstanding. His legs, from front to back. You know, he's really thick. He's got big pecs, big arms. He needs a little more lat width to balance out, because in his front double, he's kind of straight up and down.
Right.
But you know, he's got some refining to do. He'll be dangerous when he does.
But how can they not even put Ahmad next to Eduardo? At least as a comparison, Jose. How's this even possible?
I'm not sure. I mean, you can have conspiracy theories as to why, but at the finals, he did get to stand next to him. But, you know, by then, Eduardo was already significantly ahead of him.
Right.
I mean, Ashkenani. So, you know, I didn't understand it, but, you know, it happens. It happens every year. There's I've been involved in a lot of weird decisions myself. You know, all you can do is move on. Eduardo's got a great head on his shoulders. I spoke to him in depth, and he's like, I don't mind losing. I'm just upset I have to keep dieting another week.
Is he doing Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
So,
you know, he should be focusing on improving rather than dieting.
Yeah. So who else impressed you in the 212? What about guys like Steve Bentham and guys like that?
You know what? I love Steve Benton, because every show I've been in with him or seen him at, he's always crazy condition.
Yes.
You know, he's unfortunately really tall for 212.
Right.
Yeah, he's taller.
It you know, it makes him look thin, but he was in great condition. He looked awesome. You know, there were a lot of good guys. What's his name? Jun Kim. He was
Jun Kim. He got fourth.
Yeah,
John Kim Ho.
From Korea.
He's got to be 48 years old now.
Wow.
Yeah.
He got second one year, didn't he?
Beautiful routine he had also.
He took second at the New York Pro a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I believe he's even won a few shows.
Yes.
He was great. It was great. He's a great poser. He did a great
beautiful
routine to Journey.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
The one that Gunther did way back in the day.
2002 Olympia. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
He did a great job.
Oh, wow.
There's another guy from Boston, Justin Randall. He's about 5 feet tall. He was jacked out of his mind. He was shredded, and you know, I think he came in 7th or 8th. He was impressive. You know, he's kind of like a Sean Clarita.
Yes.
Where you can't believe he's that thick for that height. I mean, he makes me look tall.
Yeah.
So these guys are
then you know it's bad, huh?
What happened?
In the open class, Juan Morel, we saw the pictures. We had him winning.
Yep.
What's your opinion?
On Juan Morel. Juan looked great.
Yeah.
He took up the most space. He was the tallest, widest. He had really good condition. You know, he's not perfect, but it was one of those things where they took the guy who checked the most boxes. You know, he had the least inefficiencies. Or deficiencies, I should say. I don't think it was perfect. He was very beatable at that show. I think had John De La Rosa been 100%, or if Akeem had been 100%. And to be honest with you, I think Milan Shadik was so impressive. So impressive that I wouldn't have had a problem with him being second, even pushing one, you know?
Really?
Because he was so polished, you know?
Yeah, complete.
Obviously, he wasn't the biggest guy, but he was nails, hard as nails. His color was good. His posing was great. He had enough muscle, obviously, to beat a lot of bigger guys. So it was very exciting. That was the highlight of the weekend for me.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
Was to see him looking that good, that impressive in a big show with a lot of big guys.
Yeah. Was this the best version of Akeem we've seen all year?
No.
Which was?
The best I've seen Akeem was probably in Toronto or even in.
That was last year. I mean, this year. This year, I mean.
I thought he looked a little better even at the Arnold.
Oh, really?
He was. I don't know what it was. The lighting was so bad here. He was good, but he's just not dry enough yet. I mean, let's face it. He has the most muscle of anyone, and sometimes he has so much muscle that it's deceiving. It almost looks like fat. His pecs are so big they droop down like they're fat. Like his arms, he looks almost like a blob of muscle. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a freakish way. If he could just nail it, maybe 10, 12 pounds lighter, it's not even a weight issue. It's just thinning out that skin where everything is striated. His quads are striated. His glutes were almost striated. His pecs were striated. He's just not there yet.
This is the second time he lost close to Juan Morel, Akeem. So what can Akeem do to catch? Can Akeem beat Juan Morel? And what does he need to do?
Yeah, he needs to come in as sharp as Juan. If he comes in as sharp as Juan, then he'll be fighting for the Olympia title.
Fighting for what? The Olympia title?
Sure, he's the biggest guy in the world. Like his hips are small, his legs are big enough. He's like a gigantic Brandon Curry, like that much taper.
I said that because he was next to Brandon Curry at the Arnold Classic, and he was like, no, competitors 1 and 2. And I said, Akeem's actually got the same sort of quality muscle. He just hasn't got the conditioning and the separation that Brandon had, But I can see with the roundness and the kind of 3D effect of his muscle. I can see that. Yeah.
John De La Rosa. Me and Josh predicted him to win the show. What happened? Not what happened, but what's your opinion on him? Fourth place?
Listen, I love John like a brother. I think he's amazing. I think he has one of the prettiest physiques around, and he's got more than enough muscle.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Akeem. He needs to nail it 100%. Now, to be honest with you, I think he was one of the best in the top 4 from behind. His waist was tiny, a nice flare to his lats. His glutes are hard. His lower back was hard. He's a little watery in the upper back, a little watery in the hams. Yeah. And from the front, he's more watery from the front than he is from the back. So he just needs a week or 2 more, and he'll be good. He's right there. And when he really, really nails, he needs to get away from the scale.
Yes.
He thinks he needs to be 240. He's only like 5'6". So if he's 225, hard as a rock, he'll be very hard to beat in any show.
He's kind of one of those guys like Ronnie Raquel was. I'm trying to think of another guy that was kind of just slightly too big for 212 and just they feel like they're slightly too small for open, so they maybe feel that they have to push it to 230, 240 to kind of stand next to the big guys. But like you said, all they need to do is just come in shredded, hard and detailed, and just like I said, just like you said, just throw away the scale, really.
Well, a great example of that is Milan.
Milan.
Perfect. Yeah.
Milan's almost 3 inches taller than John, and he weighed like 7 pounds less than John.
Yeah.
So if John were to come down to under 230, and Milan just beat John.
Yes,
he did.
He doesn't have a better physique. He's not bigger. He just, when he's conditioned the way he is, and he flows so nice, that would be what John would be doing. He'd be leapfrogging a lot of big names.
So you think that John can do another show and still qualify for the Olympia?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go to Puerto Rico next week, and hopefully, Neil. I know Neil, and I know some inside information that Neil was a little apprehensive about John doing the show.
Okay.
And you know, they pushed for it and did it. So, you know, I said that. I'm like, I respect that, man. They did a good job in getting ready for it in the time that they had, but Neil had plans for John to be 100% in the upcoming weeks.
Well,
and I think that's what you'll see.
Yeah, because Milan's doing Puerto Rico next week as well. So to see a sharper John De La Rosa, it's going to be interesting to see.
And a sharper Milan also. They're going to go all in.
It's going to be interesting to see those two going up against each other and see if John can get 5% better and maybe reverse the roles on Milan.
A guy...
Go ahead.
Justin Rodriguez, a guy I really had my eye on a couple of years ago, 5th place. What does he need to do to get over that 5th, 6th, 7th place? You know, how can he get in that top 2, top 3?
The odd thing about Justin is he's getting better. He's continuing to make improvements.
Okay.
But, you know, he still wasn't able to beat the guys in front of him. It was very close. You really could have flip-flopped any of the 5, 6, 7 guys, you know. Justin, his structure is insane. And his legs are bigger than they've been.
Oh, good. Yeah,
he was pretty tight from behind. His color was horrific. That's something he needs to fix. He had like a chalky look to him. It was kind of dark in certain spaces and light in other places. But he's one to watch for. You know, again, once he's 100%, he'll be moving up significantly.
I'd like to see Justin get a little bit sharper, because in the run-up I saw photos of him at 8 weeks out and 3 weeks out, and I thought he's leaving it too late to get into condition, because he's literally going to be in condition on the day if he is. And I just think I'd like to see him start his diet a little bit sharper and not go so far out. And what do you think?
You're right, 100%. I mean, just because your body can change quickly doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
You should be ready ahead of time, so he has less magic to pull in the last week or two. The guy's big. He's got some of the craziest arms.
Have you seen his arms?
His back is significantly improved.
Yeah.
You know, everything is better. And even while he's posing, there's certain glimpses of what he can be. You know, you can see the lines in his glutes, and you know, he needs a little slightly bigger hamstring and calf. And even the quad sweep is genetically not like super round, but they're much bigger than they were.
I feel like he's ready to break through to the next level now. He's not quite like when he got 7th at the Arnold Classic last year. He was 7th, and you know, to get in that top 6, and between the difference between 6th and 7th is huge. So if he can crack the top 6 and crack that, say, the Arnold, and crack the top 3 at the New York Pro, that's that, and win smaller pro shows and make top 10.
That's what we want to see.
That's the next level. That's what he's capable of, I believe.
Yeah. Another guy that was super impressive to me, certain things just stick out to you, was the Budesheim guy.
In 6th place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Beautiful
he was
physique.
Beautiful and shredded. He was super dry. He's got the real square packed, square shoulders, and you know, striated everywhere. He needs better color as well. This is something that guys are really taking for granted. Like, here's one piece of advice I would give to all these guys. Do not count on the tanning companies that are at these shows.
Right.
Okay. You do it yourself. You start preparing your tan on Wednesday. Do a coat, wash it off. Do a coat, wash it off. Until it's in your skin, not on top of your skin.
Right.
When you get a spray the day of a show, it's going to leak off on certain spots. You're going to have muddy looking areas.
Yep.
You cannot wait till the day or the night before to let someone else handle your tan.
The worst tan I ever had in my contest was when was my last contest, and I did that, the spray tan, and I wished I'd just done it myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't spray tan unless I'm guest posing, you know?
Yeah.
I've always had my wife put it on me, or Carla Salati used to come to my room like Wednesday, and I would start on 3 days out.
Yeah.
Make sure you're dyeing your skin, and then even if you're sweating profusely, it's not going to drip off because it's not in your skin, it's in your skin.
Yeah.
A very popular guy here in the UK, James Hollingshead in 8th. What's your opinion about his package he delivered?
He was big. He's got good shape. He's got that gnarly like branch potential. But he wasn't there. I think he spilled over a little bit. I don't know, James. I don't know what he did for his carb up or whatever, but he was just slightly off, and slightly off enough for someone crazy peeled like Budasheim to step in front of him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have De La Rosa's shape,
No.
so he couldn't pull off beating him or even Rodriguez. But he's got that real, like, looks dense and round, and when he's hard, he's going to be really, really good. He just, to me, he didn't, and he's another one whose color was really bad. And it was a common reoccurring theme there, like lots of bad color.
Plus the bad lighting, and it doesn't really make the guys look their best. I mean, if you remember the old Night of Champions light in the overhead, and it was dark shadows, and I think it's good lighting. Wasn't it a new venue? This is a new venue this year.
It's, I believe, the third year they've had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
a nice venue, but it was, to watch the show, the stage, it was really high up and really far away.
Right.
So it's not ideal for that, but as far as putting on a show and the stands and the room for the booths and stuff, it was really good, and it was nice parking lot area.
Good. So
it was convenient, but it wasn't ideal as far as judging, and the lighting was pretty horrific.
A great battle in the Classic. A lot of talk on the Muscle Development forums. Who did you have, Keon or Alex Cabanero?
Well, personally, I mean, if we just went by God-given genetics, then Keon all day. If we went by who showed up that day ready to do battle, I would say Alex. I had Alex winning.
Okay.
Because he, structurally is bigger, taller, wider. When they stood next to each other, you could really see how Alex was more conditioned, more polished.
Really?
But when Keon was by himself, you would say that no one on earth could beat him. He just looked that good.
I can't believe how he improved from the Arnold Classic, because I saw him at the Arnold Classic in March in Columbus, and I thought he was good, but like when I look at the photos now from the New York Pro, like they've completely blown me away. I'm absolutely. He reminds me like a little Cherry Pastel. Do you remember?
Yeah, or Theory in Kai Green.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like proper old school.
Unreal muscle roundness, and when he does that vacuum, his waist is tiny. He's extraordinary, and he's gonna be unreal.
Yeah.
I think it was a little too soon to. I just think Alex was more polished. But again, had it been bodybuilding, then maybe they would have given it to Alex. But since Classic has sort of different criteria.
Yeah, but that didn't happen with George and Steve Loris, so we can't even use that as they don't follow that thing as we thought. So it changes every show. We don't know what direction they're going.
I think Keon's classic.
No, Keon is classic, but I'm saying he said Keon is more classic than Alex.
Oh, right, sorry, right.
But okay. George Peterson, Steve Loris, so it's up in the air.
I think you couldn't have gone wrong with either one of them.
No, yeah.
So, I personally would have picked Alex because he did everything he was supposed to as far as a professional, coming on stage with great color, great posing, great condition. But again, Keon is like a human statue.
Yeah, he's amazing. Okay, well...
And one question. How do you judge 55 guys in men's physique? How do you judge the winner, Jose? Because you're going to become a judge soon. How would you judge that? 55 guys.
It's tough, man. Someone's got to really stick out, and they got to take notes. They got to take their time. It's easy for people to get overlooked because it is a one-day show.
Yeah.
A guy from Boston, he placed fifth.
Kaiki.
He was unbelievable.
We're talking about Kaiki, correct?
Kaike, yeah.
Yeah, that's our guy.
He could have won that.
I know who he is.
No, we had him because he was in the middle in the first call out, and all of a sudden they switched him to the side, so I didn't know what was going on.
So they went for slightly bigger guys. Kaike isn't quite as wide as the guys that won. he was much better conditioned than the guys that won. And I think with a little more stage experience, Kayike will be winning and will be a threat to the Olympia. He's that good and he's that young. And man, is he impressive.
Fantastic. We know who he is.
Great having Jose on. We had Alex. I had Alex winning. I had Eduardo winning, and I had Kayike winning. Okay. So I agree.
You know, Jose's one of, like, same backstage at the Arnold or at the Olympias. Jose's usually one of the first people I'll go up and start talking about the show. So that's why we wanted to get you on, Jose, because you've got such. We've seen your play-by-plays. We've seen your wrap-ups, your interviews. And you've got such a good eye. You're not just a bodybuilder that knows his own physique and that's it. You've got a very, very good eye for the sport because, like us, you know, you're super fans of the sport. And I know that I'm always going to get a good, honest appraisal of people's physiques. So I really appreciate you coming on, Jose. And really, really
I hope you can come back in the future for things like this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys. I appreciate it. Good. And, you know, I love the sport as much as anyone. And, you know, now that I'm not competing, it still gives me that high of being there.
Yeah.
You know? And you know, I love seeing guys make improvements and just watching the whole thing. So, anytime, you guys, it's my pleasure.
And it's so good seeing your recovery going well, mate. I'm really pleased to see that and glad you're back training and you're feeling good. And, it must have been a very stressful thing having that, you know, all that pain whilst you were training. And, you know, training, you can never get used to training with pain. It must be, and you know, just having that surgery, it must have been a lot to kind of contend with. So I'm so glad to see that you're coming through the other side now, mate. I'm really pleased for you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right then, Jose. Well, I'll probably see you at the Olympia, mate.
I'll definitely be there.
Are you definitely going to be there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then, Jose.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for taking the time, mate. I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yes. Brilliant.
He had Eduardo winning, of course, like everybody else in the world has.
Okay.
Other than the judges.
Yeah. Is this going to be called a New York screw job?
No, because it's not like the Beke thing.
It's not. That's nothing as bad.
No, nothing is bad. Come on now. You can't. That's like.
Wow.
I had Alex winning.
Yeah, he's Alex Cambronero, just for the sake of the viewers. Cambronero.
But that wasn't like
212 switch to classic.
It could have gone either way there with him and Keon.
I mean,
so that's not for me. It is what it is. You know.
I thought Cambronero was going to win based upon what I was seeing from opinions.
Yeah.
On the judging. And
Keon looks fantastic.
I mean, I can't believe the improvements Keon made from the Arnold Classic. That's what 3 months, less than 3 months. I mean, he looked like a completely transformed bodybuilder. So yeah, fantastic.
So and with who else was it? Morel. He had Morel winning. We had Morel winning.
Yeah, he looked fantastic.
And same as us, we had Milan Sadek as like the breakthrough guy in the open, like not breakthrough, but the standout. You could say.
And who did we have the other week?
Milan Sadek.
Milan Sadek. Yeah.
So we know what we're doing, eh?
I hope so. And I think we should get Juan Morel on the show.
That would be good.
That would be good. Okay, AJ. Well, I think it's
last thing is, didn't you want to promote something before we go? Wasn't it something?
Oh, was it Global Muscle Pro Tours in the UK with the biggest names in the industry?
That's going to be exciting. Backstage footage, come to the seminar, teach you how they go, not just sitting on the phone, show you exercises, how they train.
I think, because this is something, it was Alvin Small.
Stripping for us.
He was with a supplement company, a British supplement company, and they used to send him to do appearances.
No, don't tell them this, because other guys will steal our ideas before we will do it when it happens. That's very hush.
Yeah, this is all our plans to take these seminar tours to the next level and to make something, and also put some cash in the kind of the top pros pockets as well, because it all helps. We want to work with. So
all
guys.
The pros out there, we got the people cash ready. If you want to make some money, so holla at your boy.
So for the one or two people that says no thanks, I don't want to come on your show, it hasn't happened to us yet. But if just in case it does, just remember that
next year we'll be sitting with Rolexes. Quick shout out just before we end it to Ty Jordan. Go on his Instagram, Ty Jordan. He's competed 2 shows now.
TY
Global Muscle. Go to Ty Jordan. Put him on just before we go. I'm shouting.
Yes,
I'm on my way out.
I think the microphone's turned up too loud in my ears.
Ty Jordan. He gave us some good interview with Christian Duque.
And I apologize because I've had a bit of a cold, because that's what I was crying about in my hotel room that night when I can't take having a cold. I've got a sore throat, AJ. I'm going to go home.
I feel a little bit too.
Oh, I've given you a cold.
Seriously, are you sick? Are you sick? Seriously?
Yeah. No, I've had a cold. I had a cold from... No one cares.
Ty Jordan, bodybuilding.
No one cares about my cold.
Are you still sick? T.I.
Well, I lost my voice after Body Power. It was gone. I was thinking, shit, I need
You're
my
not
voice.
sick.
I need my voice back for Global
But you're
Muscle.
not sick right now because I don't want to get a cold
I'll have to
because
learn
of you.
sign language.
Are you sick, bro?
I'm all right.
You sure?
I'm okay.
I can feel in my nose now.
Yes.
Oh well,
Oh, okay,
Ty Jordan bodybuilding.
We've had him on before anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, another good episode 21 of Global Muscle Radio. And obviously we've announced now the Global Muscle Pro Tours, which I'm so excited about.
Oh, I'm excited.
We're going to do one every 2 months. And yeah. And
Around the globe, but especially in the UK.
And we're going to work with the biggest names and the ones we've already built good, solid relationships
So you know
with.
who that's going to be.
Well, I'm sure they can guess who the first few are anyway. So... yeah,
Thanks to Missy Farrell.
Fantastic. Good Skype connection.
Thanks to how do you say it?
Henri Pierre.
Henri Pierre.
HPA.
Jose Raymond.
Jose Raymond. Cool dude.
And
who else? Who else?
wow.
Honestly, it's the end of the day.
Let's
It's been
get
a lot.
loud. Let's get loud.
It's been a lot of filming today. Don't you put me on the spot? I can't remember.
Jessica Reyes.
Oh, Jessica, of course. Yeah, some little dancing video. Yeah.
Let's
And
get
also,
loud.
AJ, we're going to finish off the show with your Expo interviews from Body Power. So
Because Giles didn't want to do it because he said, "No, I don't want to interview
I'm
right
too much
now,
of a
man."
diva. I'm getting old. I need my studio and my headphones and my nice microphones. I can't be doing this like filming on.
So these are just done on a video on a what's it called, a cell phone. They're not top notch, but at least you see some talents.
I couldn't contain AJ's enthusiasm, so I had to let him do some interviews.
No,
so.
you just didn't want to do any.
I know.
I said, Giles, come and do one. I'm tired now. You said, no, just forget about
I'm
it.
hungry. I want to go to Nando's.
I said, what about the global muscle viewers? You said, forget about them.
I want to go to Nando's with Phil Heath.
So- okay, that's
all I
it.
care about.
Episode 21.
Episode 21.
Oh. You're like Slick Rick making lines.
And also, we're going to make some more announcements on episode 22 of Global Muscle. And I've also pretty much got the guests all lined up for that one. So that's going to be another bumper episode. Also, on the Global Muscle Instagram, on our personal Instagrams, the addresses pop up through the show every 10 minutes. Let us know of what sort of format you prefer the show in. Because as you can see, we're developing this show. We've had it longer, shorter, one guest, multiple guests. We're reaching out to different categories. We're trying to make it as varied as possible because we want to make this show as good as we can for you, the viewers, and the audio listeners. So please let us know. Please let us know what you want, and we will make it so. And let's go.
Let's go.
I'm not feeling that let's go thing.
It's a new slang in Norway. All the men's physique guys, they say, let's go.
I'm not feeling that.
When they're doing the 10-kilo dump. Let's go.
Little pig weights.
Oh, no, come on.
Oh, no. I love the men's physique. Kaiki, my boy.
Kaiki is
I like him. He's good. I like him. No, I've watched that interview back a few times. He's cool. He's
very good.
I think you're starting to get me interested.
What's that food? I don't remember.
You're getting me interested in really interested in other categories now. Thing is now people like Jessica and the figure class, and I've always been slightly interested, but now
I want a big.
I'm following it
female
more.
bodybuilder on again with big arms
on the stage,
shoulder, like veins on the chest.
Margie was fantastic.
I want a freaky woman.
Margie was fantastic.
She was fantastic.
Yeah.
We need another one on.
Oh, and also we'll get. Can I say who we've got on next episode?
No, because then they might not show up.
Oh yeah, or we have a Skype problem. So
episode 21 in the books.
Episode 21. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week for episode 22. We are off to get some food.
Pop media.
Oh yeah, and we're out.